Meow, 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 meow. Hi, everybody. This is Mr. Brown. What's today's date? It is. Oh, bear with me. Sorry, boomerang. Hi, everybody. Today, what date is it? It is Sunday, 22nd of March, or is it March? In the year of our Lord 2026. Spring is here, everybody. Spring is here, unless if you're in the southern hemisphere, autumn is here. So, hi everybody. Should we just get some guests on? I think we should. Okay. First up, polar bear smoking, coffee drinking, global warming. What else? Funny writing, semen vegan. Oh, sorry. Bear with me. My thing scrolled up. Bear with me. Sorry. Semen vegan.
How you doing today, Brown?
Or is it 5M 5MN vegan, everybody?
I suppose it's yeah.
I 5MN.
Yeah, that works. I suppose, or it's whatever you want it to be. Really,
it is.
I don't really. I still can't get over the fact that Ruin he all this magically understood Japanese. It kills me.
Classic line. I know, it's so piss funny. You well, my friend?
Yep, I'm doing well.
And on that bombshell, let's get the next body on. Okay. Oh, what a choice. Okay. Is the channel's Brune, hello. Is the channel's very own astromech droid. It is Professor R2.
Cheers, Brown.
You all right?
Yeah, doing all right. Doing all right.
Can we have some sound effects?
I don't. Is it working?
No.
Oh, it's not working. Oh,
although the mic sounds amazing.
Yeah, I have to see what's going on there.
Just amuse yourself, folks.
Is
it broken?
It says no. Well, I've been having a lot. They upgraded some of the software that I use for my audio stuff, and now I have to switch things on and off a whole bunch to get them to work. Nothing?
Speaking of switching on and off,
there's some sound effects for you.
I've clipped my audio, so I'm gonna have to do my mic in a minute. Anyway, Prof, it's great to have you on, mate.
You what? Your audio?
Clipped it.
Oh, clipped. Okay, sorry.
Talking. Prof, it's great to have you on, mate.
Good to be here.
Shall we? Because the audio's starting to crackle, so I can hear the audio going slowly. Should we get the next body on?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. He is the Jester from Leicester, the Star Wars novelist. Don't you know? It is looking incredibly attractive. Zambuga, directed by Ryan Coogler.
All she needs is a little bone in her nose.
Face like a slapped ass.
Give me 5 minutes, I'll sort that out.
Face like a slapped ass. How are you, Swaps?
The face on the screen perfectly depicts my mood and physical condition currently. So I'm great, Brown. How is everybody doing?
Great.
Oh, wonderful.
And on that bombshell, shall we get the next body on?
Yes, do it.
Okay. Here he is, folks. Old Mega Muncher himself, paid up member of the Selfridges Appreciation Society. Or is it Miss Selfridges? Is that a thing now? I can't remember. It is the Mega Geek. Ian David Diaz.
He's muted.
Sorry, hold on.
Yes, member of the Crisp of the Month Club.
He was just loading up the Doritos, everybody. Cool flavor, probably.
It is indeed.
Dry, obviously.
Dry, just dry.
Drier the better, yes, Ian?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
He likes his crisps like he likes his women. Dry.
No.
Right. Ian, there is another,
I know, and he's my favorite, one of my favorite YouTubers.
And I'm hoping that when this other appears, you lot can kind of fill for a few seconds while I reset my clipping mic because it's just
Absolutely.
clicking.
Absolutely.
Okay, so, Ian,
Mm,
there is another.
there is.
Celebrity
I know.
offer.
Mm. Yay!
Hey, how's it going?
Please
All
fill.
right, matey.
Great to be here. I haven't been here in a minute, so I'm really happy to be here now.
He's back, everybody. He's back. So there you
Back.
I guess some
Yeah.
price of reason emojis in the chat, please.
go. Yeah.
I think Mega Geek wants to get a room.
What? What are we talking about? me and Price, we're mates. So you're just jealous. That's
I'm his mate.
shut up,
I'm his
Ian.
mate. I'm his mate.
Hey, you're all my
Be
mates.
Will you be my mate, please?
I think I'm pretty cool with everybody, right?
My pal. Look, we've got emojis now. Do you have emojis on your channel of you?
Price,
No, I don't have channels of. I don't think I have emojis of myself.
That's how
You know what?
revered.
Maybe.
Yeah, look, that's how revered you are on this channel. Look, here we go. You better watch them on the re-rub. Look.
Bring
Oh,
me
God,
out on your
thanks.
phone, Price, and you'll see the emojis going up the screen.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, I'm
yeah.
doing it right now.
Okay, first of all, chat. Are there any avatars that are nipples? Any other guests that are nipples? How are you, Price?
I'm doing good.
I see no nipples, Brown. I think we're good.
Well, Swappers kind of looks like a nipple, but it's very flat.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Oh, look at this. They're just much love. Much love this evening. Where you been, Price? We've not seen you for a while.
I had a lot going on, especially on weekends, so it was just a bit difficult for me. But I'm happy I was able to make it today, and happy to be here.
Have you been meeting, what's her name? What's she called?
Leslie Headland,
Squarehead.
No, the...
Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, the mullet Lesser.
Justin Bieber. Yeah.
She's
No.
made a new film. You know that, don't you?
Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, she's made a new film.
Is she
She's
awake in
hoping
this
people
one?
go- I don't know. Do you know what? It's a stoner.
Doubtful.
It's a stoner
Oh.
film. That's what she's made. It's a comedy with girls instead of men.
She really does look like Billy Idol. It's scary.
I will say, folks, if you get a chance, tune into Robot Head's last live stream. Very, very nice Kristen. Is it Kristen Stewart
Kristen Stewart, yeah.
section of the live stream?
It wasn't as much as the story. The story was pretty funny, but it's everyone else's reactions to the story that was making me laugh.
Yeah.
But Price was just casually describing what was happening, and everyone was falling about laughing. It was just gold, absolute gold.
Yeah. By the way. But anyway, Price, it's great to have you back, mate.
Great to be here, as I said.
Okay, chat, we can see you. Good evening. I think we've got a Slayer raid as well. So George's disciples, good evening to you too. Let me get some graphics up. 332 Musings. Today's dates. There he is, everybody. Chuck. Bit of a shocker, but there you go. Please like, share, subscribe. Big thank you, all the channel members. You know who you are. Why do I feel like we've done this before? Welcome to Deja Vu on Deja Vu Alliance. Okay.
Well, last week, Mega Geek was the only one who had seen it. So
yeah. Are we doing spoilers?
I don't think we should unless you put a banner up.
Chat, we're doing spoilers. What do you think?
I'm not doing any spoilers.
Well,
I want people to go see this one.
No spoilers then, folks. Ian, are you listening? No spoilers.
I'm not. I said my piece last week. So
I know
I'll
you
just
did,
let
mate. I know you did.
Everybody
No,
else
he did.
say what they do. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so Project Hail Mary, everybody. Who would like to go first? I
Well,
think
has everyone gotten a chance to see it?
I saw it.
I've seen it as well.
I've seen it.
Okay. I think Professor R2 should go first.
Oh, well, all right then.
Yes.
Yes, I really enjoyed this movie. I took the whole family, went to go see it in IMAX, so it was a good experience. We had a good time. I would actually agree with Mega Geek, as he said last week, that it was a bit too long. I think that maybe they could have cut a good 20 minutes out of this and made the movie a little bit tighter and given a little bit better pace to the film. I have other minor issues with it, mostly just the pace of the film and how they spread it out. But I thought that the special effects were fantastic. I really liked the puppet and the practical effects that they built out for the film. If you haven't seen some of the imagery, it's not obvious to the eye, but they basically built this whole spacecraft for the film. The exterior of it, the interior, they basically built all of this thing to shoot in for the film physically. And then of course you've got the puppet version of Rocky that's moving around. So he is physical in most of the scenes. He's not simply a CGI thing that they've inserted in there. Obviously, there's some places where they do have to do some CGI with him, some areas where he's more active and stuff. If you've seen the film, you'll know what parts that was. But overall, I thought it was a really well done movie. It does have its downsides. It's not perfect. I can't say this is the perfect film, but I really, as someone who's read the book, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was faithful to the book, and maybe in a few places, maybe it was a little too faithful to the book, and that might be why it got a little slow in some places. And then there were some other places where I felt like they gave some of what was in the book kind of short shrift. They basically said, just a kind of hand wave. They're like, yep, that's done, and then moved on, where it was like an entire chapter of material that they would have had in the book. But overall, I thought Ryan Gosling did fine in this. A lot of people say he's not a very like alpha male character. He's not a very manly character.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to be. If it's not made obvious in the film, he's not an astronaut, and he doesn't really want to be. They get to that in the book. They get to that in the film. He's kind of a failure, to be to be frank. But I thought he did great. I liked the interaction between him and Rocky, and overall, I enjoyed this film. Again, not a perfect movie, but I would still recommend it to anybody to go see.
Price.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, I've seen the movie.
Care to share your thoughts?
I tend to agree. It was too long. I think that if you shaved about 15, 20 minutes from the movie, it would have elevated the movie. Now, with that being said, I didn't hate what I saw, even in the second act when it was kind of dragging a bit. I didn't hate it. I just felt like they could have removed some parts from there and it would have only made the movie better. In terms of Ryan Gosling, I often think that he's not the greatest leading man for a lot of different reasons, but I think that in this movie, he actually did fine. Probably amongst his better performances, and like Professor said, he's not supposed to be overly charismatic and heroic in many ways. He's supposed to be kind of a loser. And I think that in that sense, Ryan Gosling gives that vibe just naturally. So it kind of worked. And, the movie's escapist and it doesn't lecture you. Visually, it looks nice. And it was a pleasant movie to watch in the theater. It could have been probably better than it was, but it was still pretty good.
Is there?
All right. It's gonna sound like I didn't like the movie, but I absolutely loved the movie. Probably, I don't know, give it an 8, maybe. Excellent, wonderful storytelling, but I had 3 problems with it. The first is I did not like the production design. Like, I thought it sort of. Listen, this movie cost twice as much as The Martian, another Andy Weir adaptation, and I felt like it looked like half as cheap. So
Really?
didn't bother me one bit in terms of enjoyment of the story, and there were some magnificent space scenes. The second issue is they went a little too much with the slapstick humor in Act 2. I didn't mind the humor.
And Act
book,
1.
Yeah, the book has many lighthearted parts. Yeah, but it was less slapsticky in the first one. But I mean, if we were watching, I could tell you exactly when it goes overboard. My third issue is that I think, and I love that song that she sang, that Zandra Mueller sung in karaoke, but Harry Styles is given credit for that song. That song was written by 6 people, and he came in after the fact with the first 5 wonderful musicians and producers.
Okay.
But because he's Super Boy Twink from a Super Boy Twink band, he gets all the glory. I'm very suspect about how much he actually had to do with that song.
And it's a shitty song too.
Well, I've heard versions of it that I like, and I thought it was very effective in the movie. There were a couple of things that weren't in the book, and I thought they worked fine, but they maybe went on a bit too long. The ending has slightly more ambiguity, and also, like, wow, they went a little overboard there. None of these things got in the way of the storytelling. I mean, I thought Gosling was best performance ever. I've seen a lot of his movies, and he seems a little ill-suited, but he's never bad. But I really thought he was perfect for this role and really delivered the performance of his life. But Zandra Mueller was just phenomenal.
Yeah, she was really good.
Man, she was absolutely perfect. And none of these things, like, I had a really hard time sometimes tracking with the ship. And also, why do they have like 500 little tiny, LCD screens on the ship? Like, you couldn't possibly, but you couldn't possibly understand what they all do and the team that has to document them. Now, as far as the conceit, there's one big sort of there's one thing you got to get over to believe the rest of the movie. It's a little scientific thing. It's basically, the dots, and I'm okay with that. So great storytelling. He has an arc, and his arc was a little bit more, I don't know, how do you say, it was less subtle in the film. I think they really they almost spelled it out. I didn't think they needed to do that, but it didn't take me out at the time. It was only after I spent a lot of time processing this movie. I really didn't sleep much last night. Like, it was a very good, entertaining experience, and much more entertainment like in the subsequent 48 hours after seeing it. So they understood the assignment. I didn't agree with all their choices, but if only every other movie was just this bad, boy, would we be back in the 80s. This was good storytelling, fun and entertaining, and I love seeing, real heroes on screen. It's essentially a love affair between a man and a rock, and I'm a rock.
Yeah, amazing. Rocky, fantastic.
Yeah, I'm cool with it, and I absolutely love Rocky. Again, I might have gone a different way, but I do like when I look back at the Martian and the spaceship scenes on that. I'm like, wow, I could really read a lot better about what's going on, and it looked much more expensive. But hey, that was their design choice, and they went with it. Felt the movie's a little dark in places, but Rocky doesn't need light, so it makes sense. And my eyes aren't that young anymore, so I'm trying to strain to figure out what's going on. Again, didn't get in the way of the storytelling. Fantastic storytelling. So, it's a great film, and we don't get many of those anymore. So
yeah,
I was choked up a couple of times in this. I will admit.
Yeah,
man, this is like watching.
A couple of times,
this is like Field of Dreams. Rudy kind of choked up. So
unexpected, yes.
Yeah. I could easily identify 3 scenes that they could have cut completely that I think the film would have survived, would have worked just fine. I'm not going to go spoilers. I'm going to talk about them, but yeah, there's at least 3 places where I said, we don't need this. This is just, it makes everything just sort of drag on. And I was also, heard me talking about this with Price earlier this week, saying that I did not like the way that they did the ending in the film versus the way they did it in the book. They kind of changed. They didn't actually change the outcome, but they changed the way it's presented, where I particularly liked how it was done in the books.
Yeah, well, like I said, less subtle, because they really wanted to. Oh, one more thing. They gotta stop showing all the good bits in the trailer, man.
They do.
Will have a much better time if you hadn't watched the fucking trailer.
Everything just spoon fed in the trailer. It's really getting on my tits.
Can I say something? Okay, so I went to see it again, right, with my niece this week, and my opinion is the same. But there was one moment in the film that really pissed me off, and I know what everybody's saying, that his character's kind of weak and all that stuff, but it really did piss me off when she said to him,
is this a spoiler?
Well, it's the scene where the woman says to Ryan Gosling, you're going to have to do this. Remember that bit in the office?
That's a spoiler, whether we want it or not. So
Spoiler. That's a spoiler.
But that's in the trailer as well.
Okay.
That really pissed me off, because I was like, even though it's in the book, I was like, could we not just have one male character? That's that's positive. Do you know what I mean? It just kind of slightly pissed me off. I was sitting there in the cinema going,
but
do you know what I mean? I don't know.
You're supposed to be pissed off at that scene, though. You absolutely are.
No. But I wasn't pissed off like that. I was pissed off because do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay. I do understand. I thought of it when I was in the theater, but I said to myself, well, it's probably faithful to the book, and I guess it was. But I mean, I guess if we were just in a regular year, like if this was 10, 20 years ago, nobody would even think about that. But because they always go out of their way to make the heroes look bad.
Every movie, every white guy is cooked.
Yeah. And remember, just because we've overdosed on girl bosses, just because we have too many, we still have Ripley. That woman was scary. I wouldn't want to face her myself.
Price.
There's also like this kind of syndrome that if already they're forced to make the straight white male a hero, there has to be some kind of clause, like some additional layer has to be added, that you have to kind of take him down a little bit, just so like you don't feel too good about him being the hero. I kind of felt it for like a brief second while watching the scene, but I thought to myself, probably whoever wrote this book wasn't really thinking of any of that. I think that whoever wrote it just wanted to write his book, and they stayed faithful to that. It's unfortunate because, like I said, 10, 20 years ago, we wouldn't even have this conversation.
Exactly.
It's just these days we're just kind of tired of it. So it's sort of accidental, but I can sort of understand what Mega Geek is trying to say.
When it's kind of, in inverted commas, maybe critical to the story, like it has in this.
Well,
20 years ago, we wouldn't have batted an eyelid. Oh, yes, okay, it's supposed to be like that. But now it's like, fucking, I was sick of this shit.
But it's either Professor or Ister said that he was, he's meant to be a failure, but he wasn't. He solved a lot of problems in the whole of the film, and he had a great arc as well.
Yeah, so he was a failure before.
Oh, I see.
Like his entire career. That's why he works as a high school teacher.
Yeah, he's a high school teacher because he couldn't hack it as an actual scientist. He couldn't build relationships. He couldn't try to present his stuff in front of people who were critical of it. He was kind of a failure outside, in what his chosen career was. Not that he was bad at it, but that he had lots of other failings that meant that he could not hack it as a professional scientist.
Yeah, and I want to say this very carefully so as not to give anything away. Like I said, and I do understand, I felt that way with other movies, but she, if anybody, is the one who actually saw and recognized his brilliance. And she says something to him in the scene you're talking about, and it sounds like a terrible platitude, but it's true. Like, she is the only one badass enough to recognize how good he was. So that mitigates it a little bit. And again, like I don't see the story working if it went any other way, but I do get it. I do get it. But like I said, we still have legit girl bosses. We have Ripley, we have Sarah Connor, and Zandra Mueller is one of them, man. That woman, she's badass.
I didn't mind her.
Yeah.
I loved her.
Yeah,
They did not give her, unfortunately, some of my favorite moments from the book with the character, where she basically she opens up just for a moment to talk to Grace about what she sees is her job and what she expects to gain from it, and it's not a pretty outlook for her in the future. So yeah, it's there's a nice moment there where she basically realizes that she has to do what's right, but everyone is going to hate her in the end. And she recognizes that.
I talked about choices, and I would have taken away a couple of moments and put some of those other moments back in, but I think they end up taking you to the same place. They were just like my parts of the book, and it did run a little long. I would be okay if they cut it down, but I'm actually looking forward to the extended version because
I didn't have a problem with the running length. The only problem that I had with it was the continual Thor Ragnarok humor.
Yeah.
Every 5 seconds, you just get into it, and then it's Thor Ragnarok. It's like, fuck off. It's just that kind of self-effacing kind of humor.
I didn't mind it.
Stuff. Yeah, in moderation, but it was all that. It was literally every 5 seconds, and it just started. Can you imagine 2010 as a comedy or 2001 as a comedy?
No, it wasn't that bad. I don't think it was that bad.
I think it was.
Yeah, so it didn't bother me that much.
I don't think it was. There was some jokes when he was in, when he was showing Rocky, named it Adrian, stuff like that. But it wasn't as bad as Rock.
Somebody needed to be. Who were the directors again? Miller and
Lord and Miller.
Lord and Miller said, "Knock it on the head, son."
Yeah, I would have toned it down a smidge. Just
take it down to 9. Go on, just a little bit. Just take it down a bit.
Take 10% off the top there, big fella.
Yeah,
I love the nerdy references, and that nod to Superman had me rolling in the floor, man. I just couldn't like it. Yeah, like I said, wait, too much of the slapstick, but again,
hated it.
Not so much that it bothered me at the time. It's more of upon reflection. Still a great time at the theater.
Here you go, fat lobber numbers venture spot. You should demand your £4 back. It was £4. It's £4. Here you go. Look, here we go. Putting the boot in as per usual. Brown is putting me right off this movie.
No, it's worth your time. You should go and see it. It is worth your time.
Yeah,
it isn't.
Yes, everybody go watch it.
Because if you watch all the YouTubers talk about this, you'd think that was the best thing since sliced bread, but it isn't. It's a very enjoyable film, but it has its faults. But every film has its faults, right? So
2010 is better.
And I think some of the production choices sort of reflected all the last minute panic, the sort of ad hoc nature of getting, they go into a room and there's a bunch of people and it just looks so, dirty and chintzy. It's not like this isn't where great minds come together to save the planet, but that's what they had. And I do appreciate the choices that they made and understand it, even though I might have gone a different way, but the length didn't bother me.
Yeah. How long is it? 2 hours 30?
Yeah.
Didn't have a problem.
I think some of the scenes we're missing will be there on the extended edition.
I would have rather have had all the slapstick stuff on at least 50% of it taken out, and the time they saved with that, they could put something else in that's worth putting in. Well, that's just me. Ashen Prism, Wrenched, all right. Is the book worth reading? Is the question.
Yeah, absolutely. Unless you don't like science fiction, then I wouldn't suggest you read it.
I said last week as well, you know, the design of the ship was a bit uninspiring. And also when when they ejected some piece off it, I was thinking, oh, it's going to look different, but it didn't look the same. I was like, well, where was that piece on it? That's the thing you see. You didn't see the beauty of the ship. It was flying around. You saw it in close up. You saw it far away. But when you watch something like 2010 and they do that spacewalk, you see the whole fucking thing. We know it's a model and it just looks beautiful. But with this, everything was so, in my opinion, of course, look, you can disagree. It was a little fast, and the design of the ship was ugly. I don't know.
Special effects done by Framestore, the people who did Gravity.
I know, but I agree with, was it Ister or
yeah, that was me. I agree with you.
Too many monitors. It's like you wouldn't have so many monitors. Well, what the fuck do they all do? Do you know what I mean? So, but and also watching IMAX when he's doing the spacewalk and stuff, that was terrific because you could, especially with the I call it chocolate mousse planet when he was walking out there with the different colors. That looked absolutely terrific, absolutely terrific. But the ship was just a dog shit design in my opinion. Anyway,
well, it wasn't going to be a pretty design because if you actually look at the context of it, it was just thrown together from the parts that they had. It was never going to be beautiful. And then the alien spacecraft is it's not meant to be aesthetically pleasing because the aliens don't understand aesthetics the same way we do. Since they're basically blind.
Yeah, it's supposed to look weird. Yeah,
it's all right. I did enjoy it.
I understand. I get what you're saying. Yeah. Ian wanted some shit porn, and they didn't have any.
Swappers, are we selling it to you?
I was already sold anyway, but it's just going to take me a few weeks to go and see it. I think because of my transport problems, but. I'm definitely going to watch it. Hopefully on the big screen. It's one of those movies, isn't it, that kind of adds so much to it, seeing it in a communal experience on a giant screen with a big sound system. So it's been such a long time since I've been to the cinema, so I think it will really benefit the experience, and I'll see it much more favorably than watching it, on a I say little TV, but a home LED TV. I want the popcorn and sit there with a drink and everything, and just take myself back to being a kid again a little bit. I think that always helps with it. But like you said, Ian, Mr. Brune, and Maggie Lee, when I saw the trailer and I knew about the kind of the nature of the fact that it's based in the sort of hard sci-fi realm, I was hoping for a bit more of an experience like we got with 2010 or 2001.
Yeah, same here, mate.
I don't think with Lord and Miller, I don't think that's very likely to get that really. And after you watching it and sort of noticing that the Marvel humor kind of style was present,
awful.
I will now still go and see it, but I'll prepare myself for that. So it might help me being ready for that kind of thing. If I didn't know already, it probably would have taken it down quite a few notches for me. But if I know going in, then it won't be too much of it.
There is just too much of it. That's the problem. I haven't got a problem with it. It just continually beats you over the head with it.
Yeah, it's almost
I totally disagree with you, Ian. Totally disagree.
You can do, but you're wrong.
No, you're fucking wrong, mate.
No, you're wrong.
The humor wasn't that bad at all.
No, you're wrong, mate.
And also, you're selling it like it was every second. It wasn't every second. There was moments of
certainly the first half of the movie, definitely.
I'd say the second act. The second act had too many moments of it, but I wouldn't say that the whole movie had it. Exactly. That's probably part of the stuff that I would trim from the second act.
Yeah, and you know what I would have put in? I would have trimmed some of those more extreme jokes, and I would have allowed it to indicate more of a passage of time as he was building his vocabulary with Rocky. Because that went by really quick.
Maybe it was the kind of clumsiness, the scenes where he was being clumsy and knocking things over, and it's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, well,
maybe it was that. Maybe it was that.
That's what I mean by slapstick. Yeah, the tripping, the knocking stuff over.
Yeah, just like comedic moments. No.
Yeah. I didn't mind the verbal jokes. They were pretty clever, but he's not a klutz. He's an apostate. He is
what?
He's somebody who doesn't believe in the orthodoxy. He's smart. He's competent. He's contrary, not klutzy.
God, Bryce.
The silver lining is that Ryan Gosling, just as a personality, is a bit drowsy. So it didn't go full Marvel because he just can't deliver that. If you had like a kind of Chris Pratt or Ryan Reynolds or whatever, that would have been like zippy, witty, ad-libbing stuff. Whereas like with Ryan Gosling, he still looks like he's about to fall asleep. So even those parts, like, that are meant to be a little more slapsticky, it's more of a soft landing, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh God! You said Ryan Reynolds, and now I can see this movie with Ryan Reynolds in it, and I want to kill myself.
Okay. I liked the corduroy flight suits. They were fantastic.
Drowsy is the perfect word, Price. That is a spot-on description. Thank you for that to describe him. That is absolutely the perfect word. And no, I wasn't talking about a prostate. I was saying apostate. But yeah, his problem is the orthodoxy. But again, there were no flaws so egregious to take me out of the story. Like, I was thoroughly engrossed and entertained for 2.5 hours. When's the last time that happened? Like, it might have been one of the, behind the curtain movies, but other than that.
Okay, so what are we saying then? Are we?
Yeah, 8.
Okay,
5.5.
Okay, Prof. Quick sentence then, summing up.
A little long, but still very enjoyable. I would encourage anybody go see it, especially if you are a fan of science fiction. I would probably give this a 8.5.
8.5.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. Price?
It would be something in, I would have to still think about it, but it's somewhere in the 7.5 to 7.8 range.
IGN territory.
No, but that's high for Price. You have to understand how he rates movies.
Anything to sum up sentence?
Still me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's what I said. It could have been a very good movie. It could have been a very good to excellent movie with some minor changes, but I can't just be nice to it because compared to a lot of other movies, it's more pleasant. It is one of the better movies I've seen in a while in the theater, but that's really not saying much. So it's a pretty good movie in what could have been a very good or excellent movie, but pretty good. It's still better than crappy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fat Joe 460, why didn't you like it? Obviously, no spoilers. Is there?
Well, in a sentence, I would have to say positive, wholesome, agenda-free family fun. And I'm going to go 8.25 because I think it's better than an 8, but between 8 and 8.5, really. But great storytelling.
And Ian, just sum up again, please, on a mark.
Okay, well, as I said, I gave it a 7, didn't I?
Yeah.
Out of 10 last week, and I still stick with that. And I would say that it is worth your time. It's enjoyable. It's fun in parts, but it's too long. That's my review.
Fat Joe didn't like the characters. Okay. I didn't have an issue with the runtime. I hated the kind of slapstick, kind of farce type stuff. Didn't like it. I think there's a really, really solid sci-fi movie in here. It's Lord and Miller, is it?
Yep.
Yep.
Best thing that they could do is to hire somebody to be kind of in inverted commas like quality control, kind of, you know, is it Gary George Lucas, Gary
Kurtz.
Kurtz.
Yeah.
Knock it on there, George. Yeah, but a little bit too kind of self-indulgent.
Are they related, Lord and Miller? Like brothers or something?
No, Lord and
Nope.
Miller are their last names.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Because I've never understood what how two directors can direct a movie. It really blows my mind because I would never direct a movie with somebody else. It's I find it ridiculous.
Okay.
So I wonder who's doing what when they direct together.
If this was made, say 10, 50, well, if this was made in the 80s or 90s, this would have been a solid 7, in my opinion. Because we've been starved for a while of entertainments. I'd like to give it 8. Do you think that seems fair?
I thought Butt was coming. I thought Butt was coming.
Yeah.
But my gut, my
7.5. I do understand.
It's not an IGN 7.
Yeah, it's a Broom 7.
It's a solid. It is a solid 7.5. Everybody. Some people will think it's an 8, 7. For me, it's one of them things. Either you'll like the kind of slapstick stuff and it won't bother you.
Do you know what, right? If I'd made this film, listening to everyone's reviews now, I'd be a happy camper because nobody's saying it's shit. Do you know what I mean?
No,
it is a good movie. Yeah.
It's not.
It's not even in the same neighborhood as shit.
Okay,
It's good.
Okay, before I forget, there were 2 or 3 moments where, my God, I was welling up when the interaction between Gosling
Rocky
and a fucking puppet. It's fucking welling up, man. You know, so it's got the feels. It could have been absolutely, for me, it could do with another edit, like a proper get Lord and Miller away from it. Yeah.
Oh, and I really liked Carl. Carl was awesome.
Absolutely, it could be it's a puppet. I think this movie could be an absolute banger, but I think the self-indulgence spoilt it a little bit for me. But there you go, that's just me.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing for me. Like I really enjoyed this, but I see there's potential there for it to have been a better film.
Yeah,
which is what leaves me wanting. Yeah,
I wonder what was left on the editing room floor, metaphorically.
I think some of the interactions between Grace and Eva, obviously, and
fantastic.
Yeah, and they might, like I said, The Martian has a decent extended edition where they put in a lot of stuff. So we might have a chance to see these later. I'm not afraid of a 3-hour, Blu-ray. That would be great.
Maybe the 3-hour supercut with less of the Keystone Cop humor might be.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to take that out. So it's still going to be there, but it'll get diluted. And, there were a couple other characters, like Carl was awesome. I loved Carl.
Do I have an expense account?
He reminds me of. You ever see Dave? You ever see that film Dave with?
Yeah.
What's his name was? The bodyguard. It reminds me of him.
Yeah, he really emphasizes the no nonsense, no time to fuck around situation that everybody's in. But
yeah.
He still does it in a way that's not dismal. See, there was nothing miserable or dismal about an apocalyptic movie, and that just blows my mind. It was hopeful. It was another pro-human, and okay, that scene is there, but there's nothing explicitly in the movie that bashes males specifically. That moment was just him.
We are all recommending you should go see it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Are you sitting down? I do like the line from the trailer, so it's not really a spoiler. It's like, we have had a consensus, and after discussing it, we've decided it's best if you do not die.
Okay. Go see it at the cinema, folks. Yeah.
Yeah.
It will get it will get you out of the house for a few hours, folks.
I also want to mention that I've become very mature, that even though one of the main producers of this movie blocked me on Twitter.
It's a common theme. Yeah.
I still gave it a fair assessment, even though one of the top producers of the movie has blocked me on Twitter.
Yeah. Compare this to the last movie they got fired on, Solo. Imagine, what Solo could have been with these guys. We'll never know what they were doing.
No, listen, we know exactly what it was going to be because Probby was an extra. He knows why they got sacked. Okay, shall we do some supers? So we're all recommending Hail Mary, yes, Project Hail Mary.
Absolutely, yeah,
yes.
Okay, let's do some supers then. Bear with me, Boomerang. Mega Spider-Man, Reg 50. Thank you, my friend. RIP to everyone who passed this week.
Yeah, wow.
Fave book adapt and why?
Goodness.
Is that book adaptation of a movie or movie adaptation of a book?
Don't know.
I'm assuming it's book to movie.
Mm-hmm. Far more common.
Could it be book to television show?
I don't know.
Why not?
Yeah. Why not?
Oh, I'm gonna say Silence of the Lambs.
Oh,
that's probably the best sort of one-to-one thing. I have two really good television show adaptations, but not because they were good, but it's the books are so bad, and they really saved them through turning them into a TV series, and that's the Reacher series and Terminal List.
Well, my I don't really read books, but my favorite is Jaws, and the reason why I say Jaws is because the film was really went in another direction from the book, and I thought what Spielberg did was pure genius, what he did with that book when he adapted it to a movie. And I thought obviously the book would not work as a movie, but what Spielberg did he made it work as a movie, if you know what I mean. So
okay, anybody else?
Shawshank Redemption.
Oh,
good one.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Swappers.
Just quickly, I haven't read that many books in my life. I've read a few, not that many, but to this day, I still absolutely adore both the book and the film of 2001: Space Odyssey. They're very different kind of takes on the theme. The book makes it a lot easier to understand what's going on. The film's open to interpretation a lot more, but it's a great adaptation. But you need to be your mind needs to be open, and you need a kind of a bit more context to understand the film as it's presented. But the book is amazing as well. I'd say watch and read both because they're just ace.
And that one's special because it's neither. They were written and made simultaneously.
Together.
Yeah.
Okay. Price.
Yes.
Fave book adapt and why?
Fave book adapt and why?
Adaption and why? I've never heard of that. Is it any good?
It's like
I don't know. I can't really think of one.
Okay. Yeah. Fave Stanley Kubrick film. I like The Shining.
I think that 2001 is probably the most brilliant, but it's a movie that I can't watch every 5 minutes because it's super long and it's kind of exhausting, but I do recognize the brilliance of it.
Anybody else?
Yeah, got to be 2001 for me. I love that film.
Same.
Yeah, I'm going to give Spartacus a nod, but 2001, and I can watch that for... that is one of my favorite movies of all time. I get it's not for everyone. I do that.
I haven't seen Eyes Wide Shut. I haven't really heard that many favorable things about it, but I love the subject because it's, kind of in my wheelhouse. But I would want to see the uncut version. And there's a lot of stuff that didn't make it to the screen. that the powers that be removed from the film, and it's such a shame. And I think it would have been a way better film if that all survived. So as an honourable mention.
Ian, Kubrick.
I don't really like Kubrick, but if I, at a push, I would say The Shining.
Okay. Fave Ben Stiller.
The guy that owns the gym in Dodgeball.
Agreed. Okay.
So there's
I
a little.
think of a favorite book adaptation. It's not really adapted one to one, but I did like Wizard of Oz and Willy Wonka. Which one is the one with Gene Wilder? Is that Charlie and the
Charlie?
Chocolate
Yeah.
Whatever the one is with Gene Wilder, that's the one that I like, and I like the Wizard of Oz, the original movie.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
Okay, let's do another super chats.
Oh wait,
go on quickly.
There's a little movie that people haven't seen that's wonderful called Zero Effect, and Ben Stiller plays essentially the assistant to Sherlock Holmes, and that is by far my favorite role, with a honorable mention to Permanent Midnight, the story of the creator of Alf's descent into drug addiction and his recovery.
Okay. Here you go, folks. Carl Voigtlander, Wrenchworth Sport, $10. Good evening, my friend. Let's talk about my apostate.
When's the last time you had it checked?
Gentlemen of a certain age.
By somebody else.
Checked.
Yeah, by somebody else.
Thank you, my friend. Romeo Tango November Zulu Wrenchworth Spot, 10 New Zealand dollars. Hello, my friend. Here you go. Chuck Norris can simply walk into Mordor. If Chuck Norris put on one ring, Sauron, the Nazgul, and all the orcs would throw themselves into the fires of Mount Doom.
Indeed.
Silence. Here you go, folks. Benjamin 197. What a spot. Obviously talking about Hail Mary. Looking forward to it, but can't hit the cinema at the moment with my newborn. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You can hit it. You just have to aim a little more, carefully.
Congratulations, my friend. Mega, we'll do your other super chat in a minute, mate. Okay. Shall we sidestep?
Sidestep.
It's a lot of sidestepping. Okay. Project Hail Mary debuts A on Cinema Score. Is that good? Joins Dune Part 2 as the only sci-fi films to receive an A score this decade. Well, because there hasn't been any sci-fi films.
Yeah, A generally means the audience that was there got what they came for. So that generally also means that there's going to be some pretty solid word of mouth coming from the film. So that's all good. That's all good for Project Hail Mary. Yep.
Yeah, I would have given Dune 2 a C-. So I'm calling shenanigans on that bullshit.
Okay. If it's any consolation, folks, if I still had my cinema card and was traveling past the cinema every night when I was in my last job, I would probably watch this again. Yeah, just to catch it the second time.
Fair
just
enough.
Yeah, I'd definitely watch it again. So, okay. Shall we do another sidestep?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Okay. Project Hail Mary Day strong, 12.5 million from previews at the domestic box office. For comparison, Oppenheimer, 10.5 million. The film is now tracking for was it 65 to 80 million domestic box office.
It already made 80 for sure.
Yeah, it made it to 80 this weekend.
It made 80
in domestic. It made a little over 80, and then international, it's pulled in around 60-ish. So yeah, we're around 141 million right now, is estimated for the worldwide.
Biggest opening of 2026 so far. Amazon MGM's biggest opening ever. Let's not forget Jeff Bezos made this one of the biggest global openings for non-franchise film ever. Pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I hope it sends a message to Hollywood.
They kept having to raise that number as we got closer to the week of release. Didn't it start out at like 55, then it went up to 60, then 65.
Yeah.
So the momentum's in its favor.
Okay, let's. We're nearly bogged. In fact, we are bogged. Project Hail Mary has become the first film ever to premiere in the stratosphere. A custom IMAX display was sent to 110,000 feet to showcase footage from the film, playing it against the curvature of the Earth itself.
Kind of unnecessary,
Interesting.
you know.
Yeah. How'd they get it there? Is this real?
I don't know
From
if
the
it's real, but
ISS, maybe?
if it is, then it sounds like a real waste of resources. Like,
Yeah,
I
we
know
haven't
it's
had
supposed to
any
be impressive, but I'm not impressed.
Yeah, we haven't had any recent launches. What I guess they could use those super weather balloons can go
Possibly.
up that high. Yeah, I agree. But Bezos likes to do things big, so
Oh yeah, because it blue. Was it Blue Origin? Whatever. Okay.
I like how the photo manipulation to make the curvature of the Earth there slightly affected the screen as well. So they haven't quite done it properly. Good old NASA.
Okay. Ryan Gosling confirms he's spoken to Marvel about playing Ghost Rider in the MCU. Will keep hope alive. Some discussions have been had. It's a complicated situation. Marvel Studios boss Kevin Feige previously said he's open to casting ideas. Hey man, if Ryan wants to be Ghost Rider, Gosling's unbelievable. Ryan is amazing. I'd love to, whatever.
he'd be better off staying as far away from the MCU as he can, man.
And on that bombshell, shall we leave that there? We'll just park that bus. Okay.
Sorry, I was looking up this IMAX screen thing. Yes, it was they flew it on a basically on a weather balloon. Yeah. And you can see the video there on Sony Pictures on their YouTube page. Yeah.
Why?
So yeah, they flew a screen up 110,000 feet, something like that.
Breaking Mr. Brown's paid by Ryan. I wished. But anyway. Shall we move on? We'll park that bus. Marvel Studios announces dates for new mysterious movies. July 28th, 2028. May 4th, 2029. July 13th, 2029. Do we know what these are? Do we know what these are?
Yeah, they're the announcements of Marvel Studios' bankruptcy.
Do we care though?
No,
Not really.
we do not.
Chat, does anybody care? Will it be?
Yeah.
Will it be long dead by then?
July 2028 will be the second half of Secret Wars, since they're probably going to have to split that into two movies. And then the other two are just going to be burning money. What?
They may as well just call it burning money.
That's all they're going to do, because these next two films are probably going to lose them massive amounts of money. So,
$1 billion.
Yeah, could be. They could lose $1 billion on these next two films.
Yeah, the first isn't good, is it?
Move along.
Yes, sir.
Oh no, move along.
This is out this week. This just crept up on us. The
Don't care.
runtime. Okay.
No. Go, Karen. Sorry. I was just saying that to myself. Good.
The runtime for all the episodes of Daredevil Born Again Season 2 has reportedly been revealed. Episode 1, 51, 46, 47, 51, 50, 49, 44. So kind of
this week,
this
week I got a text from Sky saying that now you can include Disney in your package. Just follow the rules and then you'll have Disney on your Sky package. So I haven't done anything yet because Disney shows a load of crap, but this is on Disney, right?
Yeah, this I think is it Wednesday.
I can't be asked. The last season was terrible.
This is going to be like having to sit through Starfleet Academy all over again. This is going to be a fucking nightmare.
Daredevil, dead on arrival.
I wouldn't say that. I think that this is probably going to be better than the first season.
I hope so.
Because the first season, they had to deal with like this kind of Frankenstein's monster of a season where they used stuff that they couldn't get rid of and tried to make it better. And I think that this one, it was already the team of people that know what they're doing, given a chance to do a season. I'm not saying it's going to be great, but if there was ever a chance that it may be halfway decent, I think it may be halfway decent.
But if it's...
the stuff they couldn't get rid of was the better stuff in season 1. That's where they didn't have to get rid of Foggy. That's where they didn't.
Isn't he?
He's in the trailer.
Yeah, but we still have the diversity squad.
Okay, I'm going to say, if this is the most amazing season ever, they damaged it with the last season.
For sure, they caused damage, but I'll give this a chance just because I like the actors and the characters. I don't have great expectations, but out of all the Marvel shows that I watched, even with all the problems of the first season of this, still better than like Ironheart and like the Marvels and I don't know what. I was able to watch it even though like it was certainly a downgrade from the Netflix era programming, but I don't know. I think I want it to be good. Now, if I watch it and it's not good, I'm not going to pretend it is good, but I will at least give it a chance.
There you go. It's dead, but anyway, okay, folks. So starts Tuesday. I think it's weekly. Okay. Shall we move on?
Yes.
Oh.
Top 5 most viewed trailers of all time in 24 hours. Okay, so from the bottom, 289 million Avengers Endgame.
Okay.
355.5 million Spider-Man No Way Home. 365 million Deadpool and Wolverine. 475 million Grand Theft Auto 6. 718.6 million Spider-Man Brand New Day. Okay.
Good.
Good.
Move along.
Okay.
Move along. Okay.
And Grand Theft Auto 6 still not coming out this year.
Yeah, apples to oranges. But I think for some people, Spider-Man No Way Home was the last movie they actually went to and liked. So it's the starving person getting a cracker again.
Yeah. I did a little bit of research how much that equates to in monetary value. Probably about $4 million for views on YouTube.
Spider-Man, very popular. Spider-Man.
Yeah, that was about $4 million worth there, folks. Okay, shall we do something? 50 years ago today, Star Wars began filming. George Lucas fell behind schedule in the first week of shooting due to malfunctioning props, electronic breakdowns, and Tunisia's first winter rainstorm in 50 years. History was then made.
Wow.
That was today. That's today, everybody.
Yeah, adversity inspires creativity and innovation.
50 years ago today. Swappers?
I like that one.
This is genuine Star Wars, though, isn't it? This proper Star Wars, this is.
It is, yeah. This film, when you look at everything they fought against making this movie, it's a miracle it got made. It's absolute miracle. And they just managed to pull it through, and thank God they did. But everything was going against it. I reckon a lot of other lesser people probably would have given up. But they obviously had this vision. They wanted to make it real, and they did it. And George Lucas was never going to give up. And even when it was in the can, it was still in a bit of a state. And it only took sort of last-minute editing, really, to straighten out the final kinks and give us the superb, supreme product we got at the end of the day. But, man, it's the whole story from beginning to end. You could make 100 documentaries on this film about different things and them all be fascinating. And to make one of the most incredible and indelible cinematic phenomenons of history. Just it's phenomenal. I've seen so many documentaries on this film, and every one of them is riveting and astonishing, and tells me something new about it. And I wish I could have been part of the whole thing. They were talking, all the people that worked on this movie, barely any of them thought it was ever gonna come to anything. They all thought it was done. It was lost. It was pointless. Nothing was making sense to them. Disasters were happening left, right, and centre, and they thought this movie's going to fail when it hits cinemas. No one's going to like this. It's just going to fall apart. The dialogue's awful. This, that, and that. It's all awful. None of them really saw the unified vision. And it was only thanks to Lucas seeing the bigger picture did this pull through. So, and obviously everyone else giving him a hand on it as well, as Marsha and so many other people that creative input, and obviously John Williams' score kind of tying the whole thing together. And it's a big reminder of how many moving parts this movie was, and how the final result is greater than the sum of its parts as well. But I don't know what more I can say about it, really. I'll keep every single day I see a new thing online about this movie that surprises me. And I just watched something earlier that reminded me of it. And this is another thing, probably because of the anniversary as well.
Well, do you know the truth about Star Wars, right? One of the truths that is not well known, and I'll say this again, right? Because I know someone that worked on it when they were shooting in England. Harrison Ford broke George Lucas's confidence. So when they started it, George Lucas was all, I'm here for it, whatever. But Harrison Ford took the piss out of him so much that he just jumped into himself and could not even speak to any of the cast.
Shit.
And because he was so strong as a person, everybody else took Harrison Ford's side, including Mark Hamill. So they used to take the piss out of him. And that was one of the things that almost drove him crazy. Apart from them running out of money, apart from having a 4-hour cut, all that stuff added up to him almost having a breakdown.
Yeah, where was Harrison Ford during the prequels?
And you know what, right? This is the main reason. Doesn't matter what anyone says, right? I have it through authority of my friend. This is the main reason why George Lucas did not want to cast him in Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
The main reason. So you heard it here, folks. Here, folks.
I believe it. If he had been around in the prequels, maybe those would have been better.
Yeah, I don't know.
You could say that about a lot of people, couldn't you?
Yeah, but we see when his ego is in full swing, we know what we get, and it's not good.
Exactly. You're right. Absolutely right. But I do feel looking back, I do feel for George, because there's that one famous clip when they're all coming through the doorway of one when they're on the Death Star, and then he says cut, doesn't he, or someone says cut, and then Harrison Ford takes the piss and he goes, come on, he's like, say something, whatever, and everybody else starts having a go at Lucas, and you can tell the man was under a lot of stress, so there you go.
But he wasn't. Go ahead.
I was saying that I think that's how it should have been on the set of every movie of Lucas, because that's the only way he delivers results. If everybody kisses his ass, then he forgets that he needs to do a job. And I guess maybe he's the kind of guy that everybody needs to keep him on his toes and make him work for it, even though he is brilliant. But that's how he works his best, when people push him around, I guess.
Yeah, and listen, if he, you say you feel for him, except Harrison Ford wasn't wrong. And, sort of you got to give credit for him just telling the truth.
Yeah, but also on the other hand, it's very disrespectful to do that to the director. You're under the wing of the director, and you shouldn't really piss the director off. Should you really? You're part of a team, right? So you should all be working for the same goal. That's the thing. But I listen, I wasn't there, right? So I can only tell you what my friend said to me. Harrison Ford was being a real asshole on set.
Well, he kind of is. He's a bit of a twat. So
twat, yes.
It the interaction between them, the conflict, gave us good results. You don't want to see what happens when it's not there.
I wasn't there.
Can you 50 years ago, can you believe that?
I know. George Lucas didn't look like Jabba the Hutt then, did he?
50 years ago.
I'm still reminded of when The Phantom Menace came out and we got that documentary on TV. Everyone sort of pressing up against the cinema glass outside on opening night. And then they finally let the crowd in. And the first people through the doors are like getting down on their knees and kissing the floor before they run in. You know? And that was before. And I thought, every time I see it, I just think these guys have no idea what they're letting themselves in for. They have no idea. The expectations are so impossibly high. You can only get disappointment. And it wasn't anywhere near the same crew working on this movie. Yes, there was a John Williams score. Yes, there was Ben Burt sound effects. We had, Doug Chang doing concept art, which is very kind of Ralph McQuarrie-esque. But, you know, we didn't have the dream team that were originally working on it. And it's lightning in a bottle ingredients for that. And they just weren't present for the prequels. No one was challenging Lucas and keeping him in line. And that's what we need. That obviously in hindsight, 2020, that's what we needed with all his other movies. And you do need to keep that tight rein on Lucas, and you probably come out with absolute magic. So it's not just Lucas alone. But the prequels are evidence of that, aren't they? Really, it's a shame that we didn't get really the extra movies after the original trilogy that we deserved.
Did you see Matt? Did you see it in the cinema? Then the Phantom Menace. Did you see it in the cinema?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
All right, because I remember going to see the first screening in the cinema, and people were dressed like the characters, like
Yes, were mine as well.
Remember those plastic lightsabers that you pull out? There were like hundreds of them in the cinema before it started. People were waving there, and then when the film opened, and there was the first thing on the screen, everybody cheered. It was like an eruption. It was just crazy. Yeah, and then the film,
it was a carnival atmosphere in our cinema. It wasn't at the end.
Until the story started to unfold. I saw this at the theater. I saw it more times than I'm willing to admit because I was convinced I was missing something. The dead blank stares of the people walking out after it ended. I'll never forget that.
And on that Star Wars related bombshell, that's 50 years, folks. Shall we move on?
Yes, please. Here we go.
Madison.
Okay, Madison, episode 4. Who's watching it?
No.
Well,
not me.
You recall last week?
Is it any good?
You recall last week I said I've got no interest in this bullshit. I hadn't seen it. This is my favorite show from the last several years. The show is awesome. It is magnificent.
Really?
So don't say I don't have an open mind. Yeah, I was barely going to watch it, but Brown talked me into it. After the first episode, I blew my socks off.
Better than Landman.
I'm not kidding.
It's a different animal.
Yeah, but I'd have to say, like Landman, it's just amazing. It's kind of far out of my genre preferences, but it's good storytelling. It definitely has. It has better emotional impact than Landman. I mean,
interesting.
This is phenomenal storytelling and god awful. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I'd love to see this at the cinema. Basically, if you've ever read and liked Hemingway, you're gonna want to see this. This is, Is
it a mini series or is this going to continue for many seasons?
6 episodes 12 episodes. They shot it in one lump, and they're going to do it as 2 seasons of 6 episodes.
Yeah.
So next episode is number 5.
Right. I think it's limited, and we get 6 episodes this year, and there's no plans to go past season 2. So
when will we get the second 6 episodes? Like in 5 years?
I have no idea.
It's all been shot in one. They shot it all in one go.
I'll tell you, the acting is amazing. The dialogue is fantastic. It's got humor. It's got tragedy. But really, I've always liked Michelle Pfeiffer, but man, she is magnificent in this role.
Yeah.
And so is everybody else. It's just, I don't even want to describe, just have to watch it. You'll know by the first step whether it's your thing or not, or if you're going to like it.
I'll give it a chance. I mean, you gave it such a rave review. Now I have to watch it. I hope it's not shitty.
No,
What
I don't think anybody will call it shitty.
Is this a spoiler if we say what the premise is?
I think it is. I think
it
you
is.
just
So
have
we're
to
not.
let,
Well,
yeah. Let
you'd
it
have to watch
unfold.
you'd have to watch the first episode, folks.
Yeah.
So let it be a mystery then.
Yeah. And you know what? Again, it's so these are the values we've been missing on screen that we want to see. There's nothing woke about this, even though it's practically all women and it's still not woke. It's wonderful.
Oh man, just on that alone, I think it deserves everyone's attention.
Yeah. You get a few little pokes at wokeness here and there, but it highlights the absurdity of even going down that path. It's just like
people are saying that she looks good for her age. Does she look good in this?
Yeah,
I saw her in the because I've got an Amazon Fire TV and it just pops up. It gets promoted every time I turn the TV on, basically. And the card is right there with Michelle Pfeiffer on it. I'm just thinking, is that Michelle Pfeiffer? I thought she was older than that. She looks about 40 on this picture. She looks incredible. Yeah. So I don't know what she's like in the actual.
Let's not forget Kurt Russell's in it. He's really
yeah. And Matthew Fox, and I'm not kicking her out of bed. I have to say, she looks better than she did in Ant-Man. Yeah.
Well, in Ant-Man, they wanted her to look bad on purpose. Yeah. They were trying to make her look bad.
But really, her performance here and her friend's performance and her daughter's there's not a bad one in this entire show. There is just not a bad take to be had, and
there you go. It's just heartfelt.
Yeah.
It? Yeah.
Let's say it's a show through dramatic happenings that contrasts city life and sort of country life.
Yeah, pulling the old if you've got a little bit of humanity in there somewhere, it'll pull on the old heartstrings. Yeah, in a good way.
If you've ever had a father or a mother, or you've ever been a father or a mother, this is going to resonate with you. And if you've ever had a sibling that pissed you off. So.
Okay, so that's the Madison, everybody. Check it out. You'll know. It's one of those shows. You'll watch the first episode. I think you'll know if you're going to love it or hate it. Hopefully you'll like it. Okay. That's the Madison, everybody. Should we do some supers?
Yeah, there is a surprising amount of non-Marvel type humor in this show that really works too. Like, again, it's not there are tragic things going on, but it is not dismal. This is not a miserable show. So.
Mega Spider-Man. I've not done this one, have I? Wrench Duero. Fave SW themes or tracks and why? Is that Star Wars?
Yeah, the Imperial March, and of course the opening theme.
Yeah, Imperial March.
Yeah, that all of it, man.
I love Star Wars.
That soundtrack was lightning in a bottle inside of a bottle.
Imperial March, man.
Damn.
I do love the asteroid field music.
Yeah.
Yes, that's very good. Yep. Yeah. And as much as the prequels might have sucked, Duel of the Fates is an incredible piece of music.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
Oh, Cloud City. I love the Cloud City theme.
Everything, as far as I'm concerned, even the 60s stuff, everything John Williams has done has been absolutely fucking fantastic.
Yeah, it's like he worked with the production designers, like the designs of the ships and the buildings fit with the music. It's just, it really was.
Okay. Did you hear that, folks? Ian says not fantastic, but fucking fantastic. Did you hear that, folks?
John Williams is the man. Fantastic. He's the goat, mate. He's the goat.
Swappers?
And don't talk to me about bloody the other fella.
Hans Zimmer? Yeah, he's not as good as
I hate Hans Zimmer. He's rubbish. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
I mean, Jerry Goldsmith, didn't he do some good things? But he's not. None of these people are John Williams. Yeah. Even Alan Silvestri has done a few good things, like Back to the Future. Yeah. He's still, on his best day, Alan Silvestri, out of 20 things that he did, one of them is almost like a John Williams level. But John Williams, every single thing that he does
next level.
John Williams
level.
Absolutely.
Swappers, any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, how can you how can you pick something really individually? It's all personal preference, isn't it? As great as his stuff is with the original trilogy and even the prequels, I still absolutely adore Ray's theme from the sequels. Just incredible.
It's great.
I don't mind all of the music actually from the sequels. This is the best stuff from
it is.
Any of those releases is the soundtracks. They were wonderful, all because of John Williams.
Yeah, but it's been poisoned by the movie it's in.
You just have to listen to it as a piece of music and not regard the films in the slightest. So if you do that, you can truly appreciate it. But Ray's theme's just a stunningly beautiful piece of music, and I love it, absolutely love it. And it reminds me of the things that I did really enjoy about The Force Awakens and how I found Ray quite an intriguing, endearing character at the start of the movie before it kind of went south. But and it just reminds me of that happy kind of memory of seeing Force Awakens for the first time and seeing all those trailers and getting really excited for it and thinking, wow, could they have got it right? That time was really euphoric, and that music fits so well with it, and very sort of whimsical and innocent sound to it, and it gets beautifully dramatic and orchestral as well, and it covers all the bases, that one. And the main reason why I mentioned that over all the others is because it's new, and I've listened to all this stuff to death, and it's really great to get an amazing piece of John Williams music that's just as good as the originals but brand new.
It is. I agree. I totally agree. I just didn't get to tell you this really small story. I was shooting a catwalk thing once. Okay, so I was hired to shoot this catwalk thing, and one of these stunning models was obviously showing off the clothes and stuff. And then I had a chance. I was sitting in the green room, and she came in, and she just sat there, and she was listening. I don't know what she had, or I think it was off her phone. And then she pulls her little earphones off, and I said, "What are you listening to?" And she goes, "Oh, just music." And I said, "Well, what kind of music?" She said, "Oh, I'm listening to, I love soundtracks." And then I was like, "Soundtracks? Do you mean John Williams?" He was like, "Yes." So even people like her appreciate bloody John Williams.
Sounded like a key for that one.
Yeah. Did you really sleep with her?
Yeah. obviously not.
It's frustrated. Okay.
I was old enough to be her dad, but she proved it. She showed me.
Sugar daddy.
Yeah, but did you sleep with her?
Why would I sleep with her?
Because you're a dirty old man. Here you go. Atwell's talking. Atwell's Otters, $10. Hi,
$1.
Haley.
You didn't finish Mega's super chat.
Did I?
No, you didn't. Favorite Bond gadget.
Oh, sorry.
Jane Seymour.
Rewind.
Talking. Jane Seymour is mine.
I'm talking. Okay, we'll edit that. Nobody knows. We'll edit it out. Don't worry. Okay. Favorite Bond gadgets.
Does that include the cars?
Do you know what my favorite one is? While you're thinking,
go on in.
My favorite Bond gadget was the Aston Martin with the invisible shields. Because that was the moment where I thought Bond has gone too far.
The invisible
I think he
shield.
went too far with the invisible car.
The Aston Martin.
That's the one. Yeah, that's what you're saying.
That's when it had gone too far for me.
Oh, okay. That was the one that like John Cleese, I think. Was it already John Cleese?
Yep.
He's like, here's an invisible car. I'm like, this is kind of weird.
Yep.
Yeah,
I do like the Lotus Esprit.
It's amazing.
The water and stuff. Yeah.
So basically, the invisible car, I think everybody can agree, it was sort of the jumping the shark moment.
It was a little much.
Well, yeah, a little past the shark. I'm going with if I can't have Jane Seymour, I'm going with the briefcase. That's the one that's stuck with me.
Briefcase. Yep.
That's stuck with me after all these years. Yeah.
Go with the. Oh yes, yeah. Let's talk about it. I'm going to go with the magnetic dress unzipper. That was probably.
Oh, that's fantastic!
It's fun.
That's fantastic. Sheer magnetism, my dear.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Anybody else?
Didn't he have which movie in the early ones did he have a GPS in his shoe?
Oh, that was
Goldeneye.
That wasn't
Goldfinger.
Goldfinger. That was very, very cutting edge that he had a GPS in his shoe. I was very impressed as a kid.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else?
I quite liked it always sticks in my head. It might necessarily be my favorite, but it's always the one that comes back to me whenever anyone mentions this. Is the speedboat gondola. As a kid, it truly made me believe that anything that James Bond touched turned into an amazing super weapon just out of the blue. No matter what it was, it just was right there when he needed it. And it just so happened to be there. If it was a loaf of bread, if he'd like press the side of it and it'd like spring out into an attaché case full of like missile launchers or something. I don't know.
There's a channel that's just dropped a load of Bond documentaries for movies. I forget the name of it, but I think it's a guy's personal collection of. He basically edited them, so you've got like behind the scenes, like what we used to get back in the day. And I know that Moonraker, specifically with that gondola, dropped this week. So yeah,
Craig never had any gadgets, did he? Craig,
not really. No,
the only gadget he had was that sour face that he makes.
From a later film, this one actually is from GoldenEye. I really enjoyed the bits with the grenade pen where he's messing with Q. He's like, oh, so I click it this many times and it does what? And Q's like looking at him. What are you doing?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't say no to a Moonraker laser either.
Yeah, you can buy. You can actually buy replicas of them. At Wells Otters, $10. Hi, Haley. Chuck Norris can divide by 0. He can.
Good old Chuck.
Okay. Shall we proceed?
Mm-hmm. Oh no!
Oh, God, are we gonna do this? Do you want to do this? The Bob Iger stuff.
Yeah, he just left. Next.
They're all kissing his ass because he's on his way out. Yeah. Oh, he's so
out.
Many great things.
He's gone.
Well, he's out, but he's not really out. Yeah. He's still tied to productions there as producers. He's still gonna have various other things on the board. Yeah. It's like he's not out.
Okay. He scored 5 $1 billion box office hits in the past 2 years.
Yeah, and it only cost him $8 billion to do it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The thing is, they're acting like he was part of the cast and the creative team. He isn't. He just said yes to them. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
so, here's one I bet you don't have. Under Michael Eisner, the stock went up 20 times. Under Iger, it went up only 5 times.
Bob Iger is stepping down Disney CEO tomorrow. Under his tenure, the company acquired 3 divisions that have generated massive returns. Pixar, $40 billion.
But it lost
Marvel,
more.
13. Lucasfilm, 12.
Lucasfilm, this figure is fishy to me. I don't know how they got.
No, it is. The company's valuation didn't go up a penny after spending $120 billion. It's
they're not going to say this is variety, isn't it?
There's a
Yeah.
If anything, at least on Lucasfilm, they're still underwater by several $1 billion.
Yeah, here you go. Manuel Grell numbers wrenched. Mate, ruined Star Wars. He did. Ruined Indiana Jones. Ruined MCU. Ruined Toy Story.
Absolutely.
Why do they claim that he made $12 billion on Lucasfilm? I don't understand it.
It's gross. They're not doing profit. They're
just saying revenues,
box office receipts.
Yeah, you're right. It is gross.
Yeah, but they spent
not that way.
$70 billion for Fox, another $12 billion for Hulu, another $13 billion for Marvel and Lucasfilm, and the value of the company hasn't changed in 15 years.
Here you go. Bob votes Restore Britain wrenched. Acquired Pixar, destroyed. Marvel, destroyed. Why am I waving my hand? Lucas film. Destroyed. Yeah.
Disney World, destroyed. Disneyland, destroyed.
Fans,
Splash Mountain, closed because of racism.
Swappers,
who runs Variety these days? Is it the Bluehead people?
That's why. Variety is Disney's mouthpiece. Nothing goes in that magazine without Bob Iger say so. Absolutely.
I see. Oh wow.
Okay, let's something next. Don't know. Probably. Oh
no.
He looks like an owl.
He takes over. One rich man takes over from another rich man. So
Josh
Damaro
has officially become the new CEO, didn't he?
Yeah, except he's not the one with the power. He doesn't even get paid the most.
Fantastic teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Dana Walden gets paid $1 million more a year than he does, and she's the one that's in charge of all the stuff that we're going to see: movies, television, film, streaming, entertainment. Not him.
Is she part of the blue head people then?
She is Kamala Harris's best friend.
Not even joking. Like
She's
literally
a trifecta.
goes on dog walks with Kamala Harris.
Yeah, they live
Really?
next door to each other.
Wine mom.
They are setting this guy up so that the girl boss can take over.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got all the control, but she's not the one that's going to be held accountable when she destroys everything. And then she's going to end up being promoted to the boss. Yeah, she has. And the person she just hired under her, you can't even talk about her on this channel because Brown will get demonetized.
All right, let's move on, shall we? Jeez.
Yes, okay, let's listen to Mega Geek. Yes. Who saw this? I'd never seen this.
That's a Vex avatar. What do you mean you haven't seen?
I'd never seen this. Somebody posted the footage of the tragedy of the Thing. I can't remember if we did this last Wednesday, but we'll do it again. The tragedy of the Thing. 2011 is that the production built incredible practical creature effects, and the studio later covered many of them over with CGI in post. The result ended up looking far worse than the original practical work ever did.
There was one sequence in the making of, I don't know if you guys remember it, when they were in the helicopter, or was it helicopter? And one of the guys was the Thing, and he started changing. And I saw the physical effects, and it looked really good. And then obviously they covered it up with CGI. They showed you back to back what they look like before the CGI and with CGI. So, yeah.
The funny, it wouldn't have helped the movie though. The movie was fatally flawed.
Average.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it was woke as hell.
Well, there was a bit of that.
The girl boss survived. She's the only person to survive the Thing. She was never wrong. She was never afraid.
Yeah.
And every man around her was an idiot.
There you go. Confirms that. Look, you go, Wrench. The tragedy of the Thing 2011 was woman. None in the 1982
So hold
version.
on. So she survived at the ending,
Misogynist.
didn't she, of this film?
Yeah.
So how come she wasn't in the Thing, the other Thing? Because if she survived...
Oh, yes, because it was before,
She was still driving to McMurdo when all the other guys died. She would have gotten there right when they were finished. So she could save the day again.
Okay.
Okay. If you get a chance to hunt the clips out, everybody, they're fantastic. They're incredible.
Yeah, the movies were sequential. Like the Thing that we love happens right at the second after this one ends. So she's still saving herself while Kurt Russell dies. So
you can imagine how terrible the original Thing movie would be if it was released today.
Yeah,
how woke it would be, you know.
Oh yeah.
They'd probably have to shoehorn girl bosses in there, and it would practically be like this movie. But worse.
This movie is what you just described. This is if it were made today.
Would the Thing change colors? Would it be like each incarnation be like a different color of the rainbow?
One of them would have to be trans, wouldn't they? Probably window. Yeah. So you go.
They could have had at least a man who wasn't an idiot in the movie, because they could make him gay.
Well, would they actually get a genuine shape-shifting alien to play the alien?
You have to, yeah.
Well, yeah, you'd have to. Else it's just racist if they didn't.
Yeah, she would have sat down with the Thing and talked about why he was misunderstood. And and why is he going around imitating everybody else? Is he uncomfortable with his own identity? He has to steal everybody else's. Like
you know the bit where the doc is going, see this bit here? That's a man. And in the new version, it'll be, see this, that's a man. Don't even say that. It's the wrong pronouns. How do you know it's a man? It could be something else.
They'll have a 5-minute discussion on how you've misgendered this.
Did you just assume the alien's pronouns?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I saw what you did there. I think I'd watch that. I don't know about you. I think I'd watch that just for the car crash it would be.
The Thing.
Anyway,
Great
there you go.
Well,
Okay.
watch this if you want to see a car crash.
Okay, I think I honestly can't remember if we did this on Wednesday, but we'll do it again. It's a sidestep.
Wow.
Only 6 days left, 2 days now, to pre-order this gem, the ultimate companion to John Carpenter's The Thing Expanded.
Is this not in 4K?
This is like a big old singing, old dancing documentary of behind the scenes. You know, like the RoboCop one and the Aliens one. Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. I think it's the same people who did that. So yeah, they found their thing of going, deep diving into the movies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So obviously, I think they're offering different tiers of what you can buy. Oh, tiers. But yeah. 2 days, folks. So if you're into the thing, fill your boots. Okay. Shall we move on then? Because we're way behind. Peter Graves was born 100 years ago today. He almost said no to Airplane 1980, calling the script disgusting crap. His wife and daughter insisted it was hilarious, and they were right. The role won him a whole new wave of fans beyond Mission Impossible.
So this was back in the days when, women could be right, because those are the people that would call the script distasteful and racist and istophobic and disgusting now.
But that's the thing, you see, which is really strange. How do you reckon this script was written? Like, for instance, the bit where the plane is crashing and everybody's like, one guy's choking another, and then that woman, with just woman
Big
with
tits.
big boobs comes on the screen. How do you write that in the script? How do you write it? I don't know.
You of all people should know. It's just parentheses. Woman with big boobs walks by.
I know,
passengers choking each other.
But that's probably why he thought it was crap, because all he did is he didn't see beyond what was written.
He didn't get it.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah. That scene made me laugh so much. Such a great movie. They don't make films like this anymore. It's such a shame.
Yep, and they never
They
will.
do not.
This is, even if things get better, this era is done. Like,
Well, they tried remaking
Naked
Gun, and it's the
Naked
same
Gun.
people.
See this scene here. That
And
would
they made it
never
without
ever be-
the.
This scene here would never ever be done today. He's talking about, have you seen naked men in front of a little kid, and it's like-
Never. They'd never do this. It is
It's so
really
funny.
pushing the
It's
envelope.
funny.
I will say that.
Yeah, it's funny. It's hilarious.
That was 1980. Or was it 79? When was Airplane made? Was it 80 or 79?
I don't know. But I tell
Big
you one
monster.
thing though, he was
Well, it came
really
out in
pissed
80.
off with he was pissed off with Tom Cruise, wasn't he? Very much so.
I was
Who
too.
Who was?
Peter Graves.
Yeah, I was too, man. Like, that's the one thing I didn't like about that movie.
Okay, let's move on. We'll blast through stuff because we're way behind. Okay. On March 21st, 1980, J.R. Ewing was shot by an unseen assailant on the season-ending episode of Dallas.
Great cliffhanger.
Who shot JR?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that really didn't happen, right? Wasn't
A dream.
she just
A
dreaming
dream
that? Yeah.
shot JR.
No.
But this really didn't happen.
No, this
didn't happen. It was
happened.
You at
This
Bobby
happened.
Ewing that wasn't real.
Bobby,
Yeah.
you're right.
But the reason why they shot him was because he was asking for a raise. So see, I went. So basically, I went on the tour when I was in Dallas, and this guy went on the Dallas tour, and the guy was explaining. So basically, what happened was he asked for a raise because we realized that in the first season he was really important. Fans used to mob him, and the producers said no. And so they were trying to get rid of him. So they got him shot in the last episode and was planning to get rid of JR. But what he did was really clever. What he did was he moved to England in Europe, literally moved, and did every chat show going in England. Every chat show.
Yeah, Wogan,
talking about Dallas. Yeah, did Wogan, right? And then he got so popular that they had no choice but to give him his raise and bring him back. Because he was meant to die here.
That is a baller move by the producers, and an even more baller move by him. That is awesome.
But there's one more layer to the story that you didn't mention. Because he was still arguing about how much they need to pay him, when they started filming for season 2, they didn't have him. So they had a double that they wrapped his face in a cloth and like bandages. So when people went to the hospital to visit him, it was just some guy with bandages on his face. Seriously. And then finally, like they're like, come on, please agree to it. And he agreed to something. So they quickly, like episode 3 or something, he's no longer the guy with the bandages. It really is him.
That's freaking awesome, man.
Dallas was incredibly good.
He was going to turn it down, but his wife convinced him to take the role because he'd never played a bad guy ever in his career. So.
He was amazing in that role.
Okay, Dallas started in 78. I was 10, and as a 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old, Dallas was just absolute quality.
It's amazing, isn't it? Kids really appreciate the show. You know, it's mad, isn't it? Like, it's meant for adults, but as kids, we all loved it as well. There's nothing in it that you couldn't enjoy at all ages, I think. I worked out, by the way, at 7 years old, I worked out who killed him. And it took everyone forever to try and work out who it was. And there were polls online and people, trying to work it out. And I was like, it's Kristen. The whole time I was saying, it's Kristen. And they're like, I fucking told you. I told you a year ago. It's Kristen. No one listened to me. I don't know how I figured it out at 7 years old. No idea.
I never forget BBC One had a feature on it in 10 o'clock news where they were actually carrying the cans of film because in those days they had to get the film from America.
Fly over by Concorde.
Fly over, yeah. And this guy was guarding the film of season 2. It's just incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and got Mary Crosby. Holy crap.
Yeah, Bing Crosby's.
Yes. This was the show that demonstrated the viability of primetime soap operas. This was the survivor of prime
such
time.
A good show, such a fantastic soap. Missed a beat after the Bobby Ewing thing.
Yeah, that's when it died.
Yeah. All right. Okay, shall we?
Yeah, it's no Baywatch Nights though, man. I gotta tell you,
love that show.
Fires and aliens. I know.
Okay, shall we move on then? We're horrendously behind. Okay, we'll blast through some of these.
Oh no, not this.
Michael B. Jordan is reportedly demanding $18 million star in Miami Vice following his Oscar win. So he's wanting more money.
Yeah.
Do you know what, guys? Do you know what's going to happen? He's going to be the lead in Miami Vice. And what's his name? Who's playing? Was it the guy who played Elvis? That's playing Crockett. He's going to be in the background. It's going to be him as lead. It's going to be ridiculous.
But why didn't you read the top of that tweet, Brown?
Oh, sorry. Chompers. This is going to the pictures, everybody. Chompers thinks he's a big draw because he was gifted a victim Oscar.
Yep. On B-Sub.
Yowza.
On B-Sub, they call him mediocre B. Jordan.
Look, he's all right as an actor, but I wouldn't say he, I saw Sinners. I didn't think he deserved the Oscar at all.
Yeah.
So
I don't dislike him. I mean, sometimes there's some actors that maybe they're not necessarily the best actors, but they do have some kind of on-screen presence for some roles. I don't know if I'd cast him in every role, but I've seen him in some roles that I thought he was okay, and I don't hate the guy.
Yeah, he was good as Michael B. Jordan, wasn't he?
He's okay. Listen, he'll play Crockett, and Bella Ramsey or Elliot Page will play Tubbs.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they did do that, actually. The last version of Miami Vice as a movie was terrible as well.
Never seen it.
Yeah. Ashen nailed it. He's no Denzel Washington, man. He's just not.
Oh, no. That he is not.
Or
Ashen
Idris Elba.
Prism, you go wrenched. Don't mind Michael B. But he's no Denzel. Yeah.
Denzel Washington rated Chadwick Boseman much more than he rated Michael B. Jordan. Chadwick Boseman, Denzel Washington paid for him to go study and get like better education as an actor when he was young.
Yeah.
Like as a scholarship, he funded that. I don't know if you guys know.
No, that's cool. And he's no Idris Elba either.
You go, Amelia Bedelia Wrench. Hiya, Amelia. Hello, Amelia. The B stands for boring.
As far as I'm concerned, he destroyed the Rocky film. He destroyed the Rocky film. He really
I thought Amelia said the B stands for boning. I need to get my eyes checked.
Boring. Well, it just stands for. Anyway. Shall we? I know it's a sidestep. Tom Cruise is reportedly in talks to star as the villain in Joseph Kosinski's Miami Vice reboot movie. Michael Boring Jordan and Austin Butler set star. Cruise would reunite with Top Gun Maverick director.
Yeah,
can't be asked.
As long as he's in the character of Wes Grossman, that will be awesome.
But you can't do Miami Vice today. Miami Vice was for a time. It was like it was the 80s, and it was the MTV crowd.
Of the 80s.
Yeah. So what are you going to do now? Do you know what I mean?
This is going to be generic drug dealer cop show, and it's going to flop like the last movie did.
Joseph Kosinski's not bad though, is he?
Yeah, but I mean, really, what could they do unless a Colombian drug lord sets up a cocaine farm in space or something? Like, it's just
why doesn't he do just either F12 or
I mean, have you
Maverick
Miami
3,
Vice
2,
TV
3
show? If you look at the TV show very carefully, it was very much they had scenes in it where they'd be driving and there'd be music
and that's it.
For 10 minutes,
for like 15 minutes. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
It was style over substance, and that worked in the 80s, but it won't work now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Is it sidestep? Don't know.
Ready.
Oh, maybe not. The Mystery Science Theater 3000 revival Kickstarter campaign has closed with a total of $2,695,849 from 22,189 backers.
Yep.
Wow, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And
this is
Adam.
This is a little bit different than some of the other revivals that they've done before. This one is being done by Mike and his group that went off to do riff tracks, but they're going to be coming back and doing 4 episodes. So this huge amount of money is for 4 episodes. But the good news is if they're building all the sets, if they're building all the bots, they're building all the stuff, then they're going to be able to make more later on for less. And so they're going to be making 4 new episodes. It looks really cool. There was some other amazing Mystery Science Theater news this week as well. Where there was one episode that absolutely nobody had a copy of. It was one of the original episodes that had aired when they were on local access television. Nobody had a copy of it anywhere. And this week, somebody just dropped a copy of it on YouTube.
Wow.
Maybe Adam can get monetized after this comes out, finally,
Well, does anyone have a link to that episode? I'd like to watch that.
Oh, yeah. I get to.
Could put it in the chats. I take it you guys watched... Oh, sorry, I talked over you. Go on, mate. Sorry.
Go on. I was just wondering what film were they reviewing on that episode that was missing?
Oh, it was actually one that they redid in the third season called Star Force, Space Force, Star Force.
Okay.
It's one of the Japanese Star Wolf TV shows that was compressed into a TV movie. The second one. So Star Force Fugitive Alien 2. That was the name.
All right, I put the link in the chat.
There you go, folks. That's the Mystery Science Theatre episode. There you go.
Great job. Thank you.
Yeah, for me, it was kind of a novelty thing. It was funny. I think it's mostly designed for stoned college students. Because I couldn't watch this thing regularly.
Really? No. I love the show. I've watched absolutely every episode of it. And I've watched many of them multiple times. So.
Okay, college teachers as well then.
Yeah, but modern college students don't get stoned anymore.
They don't, not anymore.
And they don't drink. Like, they just go and protest.
They need to make Mystery Science TikTok 3000, and then the students will pay attention.
Yeah, I mean, the show definitely had its moments. I got several laughs from it, but I couldn't imagine regular. But everybody has their own things.
Price?
Yes.
You were going to say something.
That's why they're lame, I guess, because they don't do the stuff. They don't drink and don't
And
do
on
other
that
stuff.
bombshell.
That's why they're lame.
But like almost $3 million on a Kickstarter. That is insane. That's nuts.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
Okay, I will say to the members of the channel, I think we need to see. Here you go. I think we need to see more price emojis this evening. We've not seen enough emojis this evening. Come on, folks. If you're a channel member, everybody, price emojis. Come on, let's see them. Okay, shall we move on then?
Oh, God, yeah.
Who saw this? An AI version of Val Kilmer stars in the new movie As Deep as the Grave. Kilmer was cast in the movie in 2015, 5 years before his death, but he was too sick amid his throat cancer battle to film. An AI version of him appears in the film with the blessing of his daughter.
Is it an AI version or is it a deep fake?
I think they're pretty much one and the same these days, but I thought this was going to be the Ben. This was my vote for the Ben.
Because a deep fake is different. You get an actor that kind of resembles him a bit, and he does all the movements and the talking and stuff, and you film that, and then you obviously use the deep fake on his face. But if it's an AI, it's creating the whole thing, him and the background and everything. So interesting.
There you go. Obviously, that interesting that we're all stunned.
I don't.
No, I mean, there's no answer, is there?
No,
yeah, it just seems icky to me. But it sounds like the family is behind this. Like his estate, his family are behind them doing this. So
they're making
I guess
money,
okay.
maybe.
Like it sounds like he had this was a project that he cared a lot about, and so his family has said that they want them to go ahead with using the AI stuff to put him in the film. Seems odd.
The question
strange.
is if now all the estates of all the people that have passed away are all going to be making these type of deals now.
Oh yeah,
They get paid. Suddenly you'll see Marilyn Monroe, Clark Gable, all these people will just appear in your movie.
Yeah, I don't think that's a question. I think that's an inevitability. And I think this is them dipping their feet in to see if they can get people to accept it.
Well, he doesn't. I mean, does he look? He looks a bit. Do you reckon that looks like him though, Val Kilmer?
it's not
He looks
bad.
a bit like
Not bad.
Yeah, it
Who's
looks
the
more
actor?
like him than he looked like himself in Top Gun.
Jeff Bridges. He looks a bit like Jeff Bridges, a bit, doesn't he? A bit.
Yeah, but it looks like him as much as I think it does. But it's not really going to be the look. People can get past that. It's going to be whether they knowingly accept AI, and this will be kind of a test. Dipping, this is a toes in the water.
There you go. Okay, we're gonna skip some slides, folks. Hopefully, I'll get the right one here. Bear with me. Who saw this? Been a bit of a stink this week. Grant Morrison responds to Damon Lindelof's calling the green in Green Lantern stupid. Why does a writer attach himself to this kind of narrative if he thinks it's fundamentally stupid? The only people who give a ook about the Lanterns TV series are Green Lanterns fans. Why alienate them at the start? That feels more like stupid.
I thought it was Lex Luthor at first. Grant Morris.
Who is Grant Morrison?
Oh, he's a very accomplished comic books. He's done both writing and I believe he's done art as well.
Artist.
Yeah, art is his main.
Yeah, he's a Green Lantern guy too. I love this, and Lindell Twink got hammered for saying this, and he's absolutely right. And I wish we had more creators come out. You know why he attaches? Because he wants the money, he wants to get paid. He thinks he's better than he is. If more original property creators came out and challenged what was happening with their IP, and they're not because they want to work in Hollywood, so they keep their mouth shut. If more people came out like this, we could put a stop to this pretty quickly.
Fuck me, there's a lot coming out. Durkee McDurkey faced numbers wrenched. Oh my! Lindelof tried to claim it was just a joke, but didn't provide any alternative explanation for dropping the green.
Yeah, I just like what he said here. I want to take that and just translate that off to a bunch of other IPs. The only people who give an F about Star Wars are Star Wars fans. Why alienate them from the start? That feels more like stupid.
Stupid, isn't it?
The only people that give a F about Doctor Who are Doctor Who fans. Why
exactly.
alienate them from the start? Yeah.
Because that's what all of these properties have been doing, where they're saying, we don't actually want you to know anything about we don't want you to know anything about Star Wars if you're going to come write Star Wars. Yeah. We don't want you to know anything about Star Trek if you're going to come make Star Trek. We only want people who
or
don't
Iron
know anything
Man
about
or
the property.
Avengers. I love your avatar, Durkee, by the way. Nice.
There you go, folks. Okay. We've got some memberships. Look at this, everybody.
Yeah,
alpha male of you. I think it's the alpha male of YouTube, to be fair. Mog, hi Mog, wrenched. He should have at least 30 World of Sports after his name. Gifted 10 NBA memberships.
Oh, Mog's never been one to not love a member, is he? Oh.
He's certainly paid for enough members. Oh, Mog, beyond generous, my friend. I don't know what to say, mate. Thank you so much. I don't know what to say. Cheers, pal.
Well, we know Mog loves his members.
Yeah, let's see some Mog emojis. Come on, folks. Especially if you've got a membership off Mog, thank Mog by.
I think in honor of Mog, we should rename them emojis, not emojis.
Yeah, emojis. Yes. Thank you, Mog. Shall we do something?
Sure.
Okay, I'm trying to avoid the next one. I think it's this one.
Just show it for a second. Okay. Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Chuck Norris has passed away at the age of 86. This was sudden, wasn't it?
Yes, that's what they haven't really said any of the details, but yeah, they said it was sudden. And that's all we really know, other than the fact that this is the only man to ever have counted to infinity twice.
He's surrounded by his family, wasn't he, when he died? Apparently. So.
Yeah, I heard Chuck had a death had a near Norris experience. I hope that's okay.
I wonder what it was. Was it an accident or?
No. Well, 86, man. Stuff just sometimes stops working.
He had kids when he was in his 60s. And it's right. Yeah.
He
Well,
also-
hope for us
he
then.
probably wanted to continue to be all, do all this kind of exercise when
Too
you're
much. You
in
say.
your mid 80s. It's kind of tricky to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At the same
and
time, he lived 86 years exactly the way he wanted to and did
And
everything
Yeah.
more.
Oh,
he wanted
yes.
to do.
And more. And
Yeah,
more,
he
right?
won.
His way.
He won. Like, there's no doubt. But like, I think Steve said it in the chat too. Nothing's really sudden once you're hit your 80s. That's.
Yeah, it was. Look, my mum loves him. My mum
Yeah, my
watches
mum did as well. Yeah.
every film he's made. My mum's watched, and she watched Texas. Was it Texas Walker?
Walker,
What-
Texas Ranger.
Yeah.
She's watched every episode of that. She even told me that
Really?
it ended in a cliffhanger, but they never made any more, and she was really disappointed with that. She told me because I've never watched the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, my mum was a huge fan of Chuck Norris. Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite thing he did was the Christy Brinkley exerciser infomercial. I really like that.
There you go. Bob votes Restore Britain Wrench. Question for the panel. Where did Chuck Norris bits about his powers start?
Wow.
I think it was. I think he was on a talk show. May have been Letterman. I'm not sure exactly. And I think he mentioned he got his teeth kicked in because he.
Oh yeah, I
had
saw
pretty-
that. That was on the Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy asked, well, how'd the other guy do? And he's like, I bring flowers every day. Like,
Yeah.
so-
If I remember correctly, the whole thing, the Chuck Norris facts, Chuck Norris jokes actually started on the Something Awful forums back in the early 2000s. And that's where the whole thing took off, and it just exploded into this huge meme of
And
people
he
making
embraced
the jokes.
it as well, didn't he?
Oh, he did. He
embraced
absolutely did. Why wouldn't you? They were
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
hilarious. There's so many of those that are great. We were sitting around reading a bunch of them the other night because my son was like, "Oh, I've heard some of those." I'm like, "Let's just tackle some of them." Like, what was one of my favorites was that Chuck Norris can do a wheelie on a unicycle.
Yeah, we have a member of the Alliance who was a huge Chuck Norris fan. We haven't really seen Romeo.
He was there at the beginning.
Yeah, there was a
Yeah,
chat
yeah.
from him
It's
earlier.
because he's in the future, so he'll be working.
Yeah,
at the
he's off in
moment.
the
Yeah.
future.
Oh yeah, but he used to post the occasional Chuck Norris thing, facts.
Yeah, he's a massive fan. Punchable Face, Wrench, Evening Punch. MSM are shitting on him. Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
well, they can screw
Yeah,
off, couldn't they?
bastards.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
it's-
that post from Variety. Oh, his politics may overshadow his legacy.
off.
Screw you.
Yeah, they shit on anybody who's not wrapped up in a rainbow flag. So fuck them.
I think my mum's favorite film was Eye for an Eye, a film that he did.
Ah.
He should have really became more famous than he was, but
Dude, everybody on the planet knows who he is. Even people who've never seen anything he's done. How do you get more famous than that?
no, you know what I mean when
Yeah,
it comes
yeah,
to
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was passable, but he wasn't that great an actor.
Zumbuga, do you know who Chuck Norris is?
I've seen a few things about him online over the years. Yeah. I watched one of his films once when I was little. That's about it, really.
Delta Force. Delta Force was great.
Delta Force. I really loved it. Yeah, I wish I'd seen. I don't know if there are any sequels or not, but that first one was great.
There was a second one, I do believe.
Yeah, but he just didn't have the acting chops to go any further than he did. Hey, nobody made as much of what they had as he did. Like, you got to give him credit.
But nor did
prefer the-
Arnie have the acting chops, but he made it, didn't he? Let's
Yeah.
face it.
Yeah.
I prefer the Golden Globus Chuck Norris, like
Oh, yes.
Invasion
Yeah,
USA.
Yeah.
The last film he was in was The Expendables, number 3, Expendables 3. That was the last
Yeah,
one.
yeah, he was in that.
Yeah.
Everybody was like,
Right, that's true.
but listen,
Yeah,
he,
Lone Wolf McQuaid. Yeah, I love that one.
yeah,
that's a
that
good
was
one.
actually a good one with the Carradine, but he
Yeah.
did a long running TV show with 194 episodes. Like,
I know.
the actors in that club have to be pretty
And
small.
it was never on our TV over here, only on like kind of late night satellite TV. Shall we sidestep?
Was it Missing in Action he was in? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that immortal movie line I'll always remember to my dying day is you got shit on your shoes, you shitty shoe bastard.
Yeah. Actually, it's 203 episodes because
Wow.
if you count
You
the
got-
two-parters. Yeah.
I go, Mel Gibson, my deepest condolences to Chuck's family. He was a true legend, strong, principled, and unforgettable. May God grant him eternal rest and give you all strength in this time. Rest in peace.
He was, by all counts, he was a good person as well.
Yeah.
He helped
yeah,
a lot
he
of
was-
people.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of philanthropy and
Yeah.
a lot of other
And
stuff.
principled, which is
Mhm.
why MSN is giving him shit. He won't bend the knee.
Why don't
Yeah.
they just don't speak ill of the dead? Why don't they just fuck off?
The Code of
No,
Silence,
no.
another good film he made as well. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. The Code of
Oh,
Silence. That was
yeah.
his first. That was his first step into Hollywood, because that was kind of a Hollywood movie, but it didn't do very well at the box office. It's a shame because it was quite a good movie.
Yeah, they
Was it
actually love speaking ill of the dead because the dead can't answer back.
And
What did you
call
say it was
them
called
out.
Ian, that film?
Code of Silence.
Code of Silence.
Yeah.
I thought you said Cone of Silence then.
No.
I thought that's what my parents used to get me to wear when I was naughty, when I was 3 years old.
Or Agent 99 was around somewhere.
Yeah, he was also the 6-time world champion full contact karate
He
for
was.
6-7
was.
years. Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah, and
Amazing.
he was like 170 something and 0.
That's a proper athlete getting his teeth kicked out, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Should we do it's a sidestep. There's a few bits of Chuck.
Oh.
Arnold Schwarzenegger plays tribute to Chuck Norris, an icon. I am grateful that I was able to work with him in multiple ways over the years, from promoting fitness to sharing the screen together. He was a badass in real life and in Hollywood. His legend will be with us forever. My thoughts are with his family.
Yeah, he only played the bad guy in 2 of his first movies. He's only been the bad guy twice.
Yeah. that
Way
was,
of the Dragon
Way of
and
the
the
Dragon.
Yellow-Faced Tiger.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. Let's do a sidestep.
Another one. Texas.
This is variety. They do occasionally do something decent. Chuck Norris, Walker, Texas Ranger was far from a guaranteed hit. In 1993, production shut down midway through season 1 after the show ran out of funds. CBS rolled the dice and aired the pilot as a 2-hour movie on April 21st, 1993, and it was a massive hit. The series went on to run for 8 seasons until Norris announced in 2001 that it was ending.
It ended on a cliffhanger, according to my mum. So she has said she was disappointed that they didn't do another season. So there you go.
Anybody watch any of the episodes? I've seen the odd episodes.
I've seen a few.
They're all right.
I've seen it
They're all
from time
right.
to time.
They're all right.
Yeah, I had some family that was big into it. So
Yeah, the theme song was actually sung by him. We
Yeah.
used to sort of rickroll people with it. It was sort of a silly, absurd thing. But again, like, there was something really honest about the values that the show had. You know, none of this.
Lee Majors sang Fall Guy, didn't he?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It's like,
why
in
not
the,
him?
and he sort of sang it in the eyes of a
He does,
ranger.
yeah,
Would it be
he
worth
does.
a rewatch?
It's very 80s, sorry,
90s.
80s stroke 90s. This show, and it is like an old fashioned action thing. You know, every episode has Chuck Norris kicking ass. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's
Towards
what
the
we want,
ending
though,
or
isn't
the middle. Exactly. But I know they did the remake with the guy from, I can't remember the guy from.
Yeah,
some
that was
show.
awful. That was,
It was, yeah,
terrible.
How could you do that? Because obviously this show was based on Norris and his martial arts. So if you take that away from the show in the remake, what have you got? Nothing. You've got
diversity actually and
Wasn't,
representation.
Wasn't his girlfriend or wife or something one of the actresses from Dallas?
I
thought.
Don't remember
the show. He
Was
wasn't
it
married in the
Shariji
show.
Wilson?
Yeah. She used to be in Dallas, didn't she?
Oh, did she?
Yes, she played April on Dallas.
Yeah, April. Yeah.
Oh.
She was with both JR and Bobby.
Yeah, so she had a decent career then, getting 2 hit series.
Yeah,
she did okay.
8 years though. I think by the time it got to 7th season and 8th season, they were using stuntmen for Chuck Norris.
Yeah, and I like Noble Willingham. He was on most of the episodes, and that guy's like the real deal, you know.
Yeah.
Saturday Night Hit. Okay.
Nobody was surprised that I knew that it was Shariji Wilson. Come on.
Why have you pissed her off as well?
No, I haven't had a chance.
Not yet.
To.
Okay. Shall we move on then, folks?
Yeah.
Okay. Who saw this?
Yeah, it's crazy, right? It's
Nicholas Brendan.
Yeah.
Nicholas Brendan, who played Xander Harris in Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Kevin Lynch in Criminal Minds, died in his sleep Friday, according to a statement from his family. He was 54. What?
Yeah,
I know.
The guy lived a hard life, and you don't really let the family think what they want to think and say what they want to say. But I mean, the guy had massive struggles with not only alcohol and drugs, but mental illness. And
oh dear.
It's just tragic. So, I mean, they said he died of natural causes. I'm happy to let them think, but there was nothing natural about, the way he lived his life. And it was really tragic. So many people loved him and tried to help him, but he could never get it. And I feel personally extra sad for people like that.
Yeah. He was quite funny in Buffy, I found. Didn't he get his hand cut off or something in the last episode? I can't remember. Something happened to him, didn't it? I can't remember.
Yeah, a bunch of bad stuff happened to him, but he also, he was the heart of the show, and he also, he had his share of hotties. When you're an addict or an alcoholic, it's one of the few fatal diseases you can have that you get blamed for. Like, nobody blames you for having cancer, right? But
that's it. He lost an eye, according to.
You got to choose your addictions wisely, folks.
Yeah, I choose the Mr. Brown Alliance. That's my new addiction.
Okay. Anything to add? Anybody else? Swappers? Anybody?
I don't think I've ever seen an episode of Buffy or anything.
Just not my bag.
I believe I've accidentally seen 1 or 2 episodes at most.
I've seen a few episodes back in the day.
Okay, that's rest in peace, Nicholas Brendan, everybody. Shall we do the next one?
What's this?
Okay, we kind of mentioned this last week, but a big YouTuber, Linus Tech Tips, has called out YouTube for adding 30-second unskippable ads to its TV app. When will it be enough? Are we just going to go all the way back to cable TV with 3-minute ad breaks? Can we not?
They will. That's what YouTube is trying to do, isn't it? They're trying to.
Yep.
Yes, it is called in-shitification, and it's happening everywhere.
But that's what's sad about YouTube, because YouTube was for as I said this last week, was for the ordinary people. It was for people who had no power to have their own TV show on a platform. And now it's just going to go back to TV. It's incredible, isn't
it? They just want it to be another streaming platform, just like Paramount Plus.
And just you wait until you have to sign 6-month and 12-month commitments for streaming services. Just you wait.
Yeah.
I'll just say again, the memberships. If you guys have got multiple memberships across, different creators. That's going to add up, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Things are changing, boys. Things are changing.
I remember, we're talking some years ago now, probably early 2000s. My friend was telling me about all these funny videos and stuff, or showing me clips of them on his phone. And I said to him, like, where the bloody hell do you get all these things? I don't understand. How do you find them all? He says, oh, just look on YouTube. I went, you what? YouTube?
You what? You what?
I've never heard of it. I've never heard of YouTube. And now it's kind of like you can't imagine life without it, can you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, have you ever been over to a friend's house or somebody, relative, and you had to use their computer and they don't have an ad blocker on, and you sit down and you're like, what in the world is going on here? Like, it's impossible to navigate or do anything without blocking most of the ads.
Will YouTube effectively go behind a paywall eventually? That's what they'd like when they're just the number one.
No, but they're more ad focused, right? They're not really subscription. I think they like the ads. They make more money off of them.
I remember going to a friend's house and he had a computer and then he pressed switch and it went when it had to load up that noise. I remember that. That's how old I am. So it was crazy.
Even my cat's not liking adverts. His cat's not liking adverts.
Yeah, and if you're not familiar with enshittification, look it up. There's many great videos about it. It's a real thing, and it's happening, and it doesn't bode well.
There you go. Bob posted this link. Okay, Bob votes Restore Britain Wrenched. If any of you are not familiar with enshittification, there you go. There's a link. Philly Boots afterwards, folks. Shall we move on?
There you go.
That's not my cat, by the way. Who saw this? This is mainly the Brits, everybody. Comic Relief, which just happened a couple of days ago.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Well, that's why there's only 2 million viewers. Comic Relief just hit its lowest ever viewing figures. Okay, so 2011, the year that is, 10.2. 2013, 10.3. 15, 8. 4, 17, 6, 19, 6 effectively, 21, 4.5, 22, 3.5, 23, 2.9, 24, 3.7, last year, 2.6. So it's literally halved in 2 years. This year, 2.
How much money did they raise then?
I think it was 30 million. 30 million.
Did they beat last year?
No, I actually looked through the totals. Literally, I think that the golden period around about 2015. I think they got about 70 odd million.
Yeah, because the operative word in Comic Relief is comic, as in the root comedy, and they don't have comedy anymore.
Yeah, there's no comedy on there anymore to see.
I remember when I was a kid.
The
first one, you were probably just about to say this here. The first one, I was at school, and you saw everyone everywhere wearing plastic red noses, right? Doesn't matter where it was, in the high street, at school, at work, on TV ads, everywhere. People driving buses, you name it, they were wearing red noses. And it was like, wow, look at this. It's pretty incredible kind of little thing that they've created here. There's raising awareness for this. And it went on for quite a few years after that, different variations of them. They made them for cars and all sorts of things. And now I've not even seen one person, I've not even seen one of these things on sale anywhere, so it just goes to show that people just don't care anymore about this.
Well, why would you volunteer to give money to charity when half of what you have is being taken away against your will and given?
Also, do you remember when they used to have sections, right? So the first section would be for family, and then when it comes up to 9 o'clock, it would be for young adults, and then when it really went from 11 to whatever it finished, it was adult comedy. It was like swearing and all that shit, wasn't it? Yeah. So I don't know if they did it for this one now. And also, how could you tell jokes if you're not allowed to tell jokes about anything? Do you know what I mean? And BBC One probably shut everything down.
It's illustrative of the death of comedy, isn't it? We're not allowed to say stuff anymore. So if we're not allowed to be funny, we're not allowed to deal with certain jokes and certain issues and poke fun at certain things, there is no comedy. So where's the comedy in Comic Relief? People aren't
There
going to watch
isn't
that.
any. Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
There's
gone.
not even any relief, is there? anymore?
No.
Yeah, it's not good. Is that who's that girl in the red dress? Is that
Davina
Claudia? Is it Davina McCall? Oh,
Well,
right,
I think it's
okay.
Davina McCall. Or it
I
might
thought
be.
it was Claudia. What's her face?
Hold on.
They're the same thing, aren't they?
Yeah.
Same animal. I think that's
It doesn't-
Davina.
No, it's not Davina. It doesn't look like it. Anyway, who cares?
Oh, yeah. Oh, let me go full screen. Bear with me, folks.
Is that a trans person
Claudia?
on the right?
No, that's the
Donna
comedian.
from Doctor Who.
Yeah, she
Oh,
plays
that
an old
is-
woman sometimes.
You can be a comedian and still be trans. That's
Chat,
not
who
a-
is that? That is Claudia Winkleman, isn't it? Yeah.
I think it's Claudia Winkleman. Yeah,
Well, it looks like her, but then, they all look the same, don't they?
they do a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, the money goes on weapons in Africa, allegedly.
Yeah, exactly. Who's that relieving? Exactly. He's relieving people of their lives, isn't it? That's Catherine Tate on the right, by the way. Catherine
Oh
Tate.
my,
Catherine
really?
Tate.
Oh my God! Like, I mean, granted, it was never that good in her prime, but Jesus.
Mhm.
No, she's played a character. She has this character called Nan, that is basically an old woman. So she's playing that character there. No,
Yes, that
she
was
hasn't
very
lost her
quick to
look.
throw her under the bus.
It's not a stretch.
It doesn't require that much makeup these days, does it?
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
So to play the character, she takes her makeup off. Is that what you're saying?
Probably.
Yeah, she's had work done.
Yeah.
She has.
And she was. I never found her funny in the slightest.
Mm-hmm.
Same here. Not
It
all.
was agony when she was on Doctor Who. I think I kind of learned to at least tolerate her. But God, when I realized, I almost didn't watch the whole season when I realized she got promoted to companion.
I
She was
didn't
okay.
like
She was
her.
okay.
I didn't like her initially, but over time
was
she
all
kind
right.
of grew on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still, she's no Martha.
There you go.
Yeah, no,
She's-
Martha was nice.
She's definitely a better actor than she is comedian, put it that way.
Dirky McDirkyface numbers wrenched. Catherine Tate was never funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
she was irritating as
Made
Yeah.
a Spider-Man wrench. Good in Dr. Watt, though. Dr. Watt.
Dr. What?
Dr. Watt.
yeah.
What
If she
are
can
you
look
kidding?
at the UK with a straight face and ask them for more money, she is a good actor.
Well, she's not asking for money. It's the whole system.
And
Isn't it?
then
Right.
Nielsen numbers wrenched. Martha, why did you say that name?
You know what's interesting, right? When they do these things like Red Nose Day and the other crap that they do, right? It's always the poor people that give money to this. You
Oh,
know,
we're all poor now.
you never. It's like, why don't they just ask Barclays Bank for money, or even any kind of bank, for instance, or any kind of huge organization that makes money, a lot of money? Why don't they just ask them? Anyway.
Yeah, it's crazy how there's like just
Yeah,
multi-millionaire celebrities telling the small people with barely any change in their
Exactly.
pocket.
Yeah,
how
yeah.
Yeah,
they
because
can-
Barclays, they're the ones who launder the money and take their cut before it doesn't get to the ultimate charity. they're the beneficiaries.
Okay.
They're not giving their money away.
Okay, that's comic relief. Hopefully, it'll finish soon.
Get in the bin.
Good.
Looks like you're putting looks like you're putting
right.
Ryland Grace in the trash there.
Yeah.
Got a little.
So is it
It's-
Shooty? Is it Greta?
Is it
Greta
Xenonite?
Wasn't Greta flying around? Greta was around this week somewhere.
She was. She was. Yes.
Yeah, she was doing
Yeah.
something like
Uh,
double standards or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, we need a little Xenonite trash can bin guy. Little puppet.
Okay, let's see what it is then. I can't remember what it is. Oh, I know what it is.
Mine is. It?
Who? No, it's not Kia. Who saw this? No, it's not Pedro. Who saw this?
Oh, fuck off.
The Rainbow Junction in Hounslow cost £48,174 of public money.
Why?
Some will say it promotes inclusion. Others will question the cost.
I could have painted that for them for £5.
Where do you stand?
I think those people painting roundabouts could have done this in 10 minutes with a roller.
Exactly. What the?
Yeah, but don't you get arrested for driving over it like you're defacing it? That's actually happening.
That'll be the next thing.
Seriously, this is absolute shit.
Yep.
It really is.
So the state of Texas has been forcing the removal of these rainbow crosswalks that have been painted in various cities, saying that they are illegal because they don't follow uniform road safety rules. And so they have to be removed. And so the state has been forcing these to be torn up and removed.
This is not a recognized highway code marking, folks.
Nope. Yeah. They said it's against the state regulations. They have to be removed.
Wait,
so they've been
so
cleaning them up.
Is this a proper crossing in Hounslow?
Hounslow, yes.
Oh,
it's there on the picture.
No. It was a proper crossing. Now it is a. Now
if you cross there, you're going to get yelled at and called all sorts of names because you walked on.
Now it's a diverse
when rainbows crossing. Were not related to that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you think about it, before Star Wars and all that other stuff, the original hijacking was like the hijacking of the rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know that sounds kind of very selfish of me, but as a kid, rainbows were cool. You're like, oh, there's a rainbow, and it only comes out sometimes in the rain or whatever it is, in the sun, and who knows what. And then, there were people with just regular people with like shirts that had rainbows on them. It was like rainbow was cool. And then suddenly it was hijacked. And now you're never going to wear a shirt that has a rainbow on it now.
Yeah.
Never. It's never going to happen.
No, Cider feet. Legend.
Wrench.
I'll tell you what, if I ever encounter one, it's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, if you took off those 5 stripes on the right, it could still be the old Apple logo, like they did. I want to take the rainbow back, man.
We need to start a new wave of people that like takes the rainbow back.
Yeah. Give it back to Skittles at least. Okay.
Is this like a new thing, or are we talking about something that happened last year?
No, we got one in Clapham Junction, zebra crossing with the rainbow thing on it.
Yeah, Skittles. How about give the rainbow back to scientists, for fuck's sake? Give it back to physics.
They'll have to mince away across it. That's hilarious.
Word of the day, mince. Okay. Indeed.
Finally.
Really? Who saw this? At 95, I'm still smoking. God, I fucking murder for a cigar. I've learnt 2 things. This is Mr. Shatner, everybody. Never waste a good cigar, correct? Indeed. Never trust anyone who says you should act your age.
Yeah, it's his birthday today.
Yep.
Happy birthday, sir.
Mr. Shatner, sir. Captain Kirk, sir, we love you. There you go. Mr. Shatner, we love you so much. We're just stunned to silence.
Hopefully, this is only halfway through his life.
Yeah,
he's got at least another 20 or 30 in him. He's good.
Yeah, he's still sharp. He's still spry.
Yeah, he's doing well. He looks good as well. He doesn't look too bad,
Yeah,
and he's still walking. Doesn't need a stick or anything, Crazy.
Mr. Shatner, please take over Star Trek. See if you can resurrect it, please.
Well,
please.
Isn't he about to release a heavy metal album, like with Iron Maiden or something? Yeah.
Captain Kirk. Growing up as a kid, Amelia Bedelia Wrench, my first Star Trek Captain crush.
Captain Kirk.
In the 70s, growing up as a kid, BBC, Friday night, 7:30, Captain Kirk, Star Trek. Just fucking loved it.
Yeah, he is expected to release A Gathering of Forces, an album featuring cover songs from Black Sabbath, Judas Priest, and Iron Maiden.
Is he just doing his spoken word thing?
I don't know, but it features collaborations with roughly 35 heavy metal artists.
Wow.
Including Zakk Wylde. And that's coming out this year.
I didn't know he was into his metal.
Okay, I'll just say, here you go, Ashen Prism Wrench. Danny Crane.
Danny Crane.
Danny Crane.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Mr. Shatner. Happy birthday.
Where is he? Is he on the beach there? Is he on the beach?
I think he's just done his Star Trek cruise, hasn't he?
It's probably his personal duck pond in his back garden, is it?
Yes.
And they treated Captain Kirk's character like shit. They made him die under a fucking rock, for God's sakes.
They didn't even put him in the poster for the 40th and the 45th and the 50th anniversary. He's not even there.
Fuck you, Paramount. Okay.
Yeah.
Shall we? I think that's it, everybody. In fact, I know it's it. Rest in peace, Chuck. Go on. Oh yeah, here we go. Shatner Island. He probably took it over for Epstein.
Listen, man, he's a legend. He's a bloody legend.
Fucking legend, yeah. That is it, folks. Chat, you are wonderful. Thank you for the interaction, the super chats, especially Mog for the mightily generous memberships. Beyond generous, folks. So, really steady numbers this evening, folks. So, if you could do us a favor, leave a comment afterwards. Press the thumbs up. See if we can get 100 plus on the thumbs up. So if you could just press some buttons afterwards, I'd appreciate that. So that is it. Let me get the guests up. Bear with me. Boomerang. It's the footballs. Cheers, mate.
Oh, cheers. Good fun. Thanks, chat.
Maggie. Cheers, pal.
Yeah, no worries.
Zumbuga.
Thanks to the panel and the chat, the legendary chat. You're always great. I'm looking forward to Wednesday. Hopefully, we can get back onto Aliens again.
I think Ruin's back this week. Price of Reason. Great to have you back, mate.
Great to be here, man. Thank you.
Oh, are you plugging?
Well, it's okay. There's some channels if anybody feels like subscribing.
Yes. And last but by no means least, Professor R2. Cheers, Prof.
Cheers. Just be thankful that Chuck Norris only went skydiving once. One Grand Canyon is enough.
It is. And we've got one coming in at the death. At the death, everybody. Mega Spider-Man wrenched 2-0. Fave non-Trek Shatner rolls. And why?
Denny Crane. Obviously.
Yeah, it's the only one.
I like Airplane 2. Yeah, that was all right.
What about TJ Uka?
Again, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Twilight Zone.
I was going to say, yeah.
He was in Columbo.
Twilight Zone, Nightmare at 20,000 feet. Yep.
He wasn't.
Yeah,
Columbo.
but Denny is almost as iconic as Kirk was. I mean,
really?
Denny is a great character.
Yeah, and it really showed his excellent comic chops, which, a lot of dramatic actors don't have that.
There was also him. My mother watched this show every week. Rescue 911.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I used to watch that when I was drunk, because in England they used to show at 1 o'clock in the morning. Because what you do is you'd go for a beer with your friends, maybe even hit a nightclub, and then after you're fucking shattered, and you're going home with a kebab, and you just sit there,
and a bird,
turn the TV on, and that show comes on 1 o'clock in the morning, straight after the American Gladiators. I remember that.
Oh yes,
American Gladiators, and then
bombshell.
And don't forget, I'm not just the president. I'm Priceline's customer too.
And on that bombshell, that is it, folks. We're going to raid Wayfarer Projects. He's talking Babylon 5. So if you're into Babylon 5, we will auto direct, so you can fill your boots with that. Beast up tomorrow, probably. Don't know. Trev Tuesday. I'd assume he's on. We're back Wednesday. If we don't see you during the week, you know the drill, everybody. Have a great week. Take care, everybody. Don't forget, leave a comment, thumbs up, all that lot. Take care, everybody.
Goodbye.
Any grain.